Mount Vernon Rams baseball on WMIX and WMIXsports.com, where you can listen from any device. Rams baseball from WMIX Sports is powered by the official voice of Rams Athletics, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Rams baseball is also sponsored in part by the Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon, Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. Red Lake College. Save thousands on your college education. Log on to rlc.edu. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a Hospital. Raising the Bar. Winning Edge. Schmidt Ford of Salem. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem. Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon. And People's National Bank.
Play ball!
It's time to join Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski for Mount Vernon Rams baseball from the Ford Square WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. The Landers Collision Center's pregame show starts now.
And good afternoon from Brennan Klein Memorial Field. Today, the Mount Vernon Rams have the Belleville West Maroons. Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski alongside here for non-conference baseball as the Mount Vernon Rams look for their 19th win of the year with an 18-3-1 mark. The West Maroons come in with 11-14 record here this afternoon in this non-conference matchup. So glad you could join us on AM 940 and WMIXsports.com. We'll have plenty more to talk about on your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers, sixes them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. We'll take a quick break and come back. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. By now you have heard about our new One Checking product. The new One Account is a high-interest earning, free checking account designed for everyone. Unlike other banks that pay interest on higher balance, this account pays interest on all balances. From high schoolers to Warren Buffett, One will work for you. You can talk to one of us at 244-3000 and learn about the details. One, exclusively at Community First Bank. You will be one happy customer. Member FDIC.
Registration for fall classes at Ren Lake College is going on now. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RLC can put you on the fast track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at RLC. Our trained academic counselors will make sure you're on the right path, whether you plan to transfer to a four-year university or head straight into the workforce. Walk-in registration continues through August 15th. Call us at 437-5321 or find us online at rlc.edu. Ren Lake College, your journey starts here.
Whether it's Mother Nature's inability to decide on a season, a weekend that got a little out of hand, or just life, there's always something looking to damage your vehicle. This is Chase Landers from Landers Collision Centers. Maybe winter weather turned your full-size sedan into a compact, or a little hail has your truck looking like Swiss cheese. Perhaps a deer decided to go for a ride on your hood, or maybe your truck is missing its hitch and bumper after pulling your little brother out of the ditch last weekend. Did a bad breakup leave a little graffiti on your SUV? We hope not, but we've seen it all, and we certainly don't judge. Whatever mess life has created for your vehicle, we'll clean it up. As a direct repair facility for many insurance companies, we take care of just about everything, even getting you into a temporary vehicle while we restore yours. That's the Landers difference. Top to bottom, big or small, Landers fixes them all. Come see us in Mount Vernon and Salem and ask us about free detailing for the life of your vehicle. Or call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Streaming worldwide at WMIXsports.com. This is Mount Vernon Rams baseball from WMIX Sports.
Welcome back, Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. The Mount Vernon Rams and the Lancers. How about that? They're and over there. West Maroons today. Of course, the Rams have already played Belleville East, so it's back in April. Today it's the Maroons of Belleville West. Of course, they, like the Rams, have a busy week left as well. They actually have the crosstown rivals, the Lancers, on Thursday at home. They'll have Cahokia on Friday, and they'll wrap up with a doubleheader against Waterloo on Saturday. The Rams, meanwhile, just have the Centroy Orphans after today, and one game now with the Highland Bulldogs on the road. It's still an 11 o'clock start, but just one game on a Saturday. Of course, the Rams will hit their regulation 35 games. This is game number 33 here today with an 18-13-1 mark. They won in an exciting fashion on Friday over Mater Dei by a score of 6-5 as a walk-off single in the bottom of the ninth has scored Ryan Campbell. Of course, Blake Jones with the hitting. and the Rams took a big win. For the Maroons, they actually beat Marion, split with Marion, I should say, in a doubleheader on Saturday, beat the Wildcats 9-4 before succumbing 6-3. So they're coming in with a split mark on Saturday against the South 7 team. And so for the Maroons, familiar territory, a good 4A program, but we'll see how the fact that their later rival, we'll see how big of an impact that is or isn't today.
Well, one of those deals where that's a Class 4A school, Belleville West, 11-14 overall, 4-6 in the Southwestern Conference, and that means, you know, they're only ahead of Alton and East St. Louis. Alton, of course, beat Mount Vernon earlier in the spring. So this is not a very easy team to play. Mount Vernon got a win last year at West, I believe, so they come in today, Mount Belleville West looking for a little revenge. And as we're looking around, waiting, they were a little late getting here, Belleville West, so we're kind of seeing what the situation is. We're not really sure if and when they're going to start, if they're going to start now, if they're going to let the pitchers warm up. If West has said they're not going to take infield, so kind of an interesting situation here with 1 week left in the regular season for both these teams.
Well, thankfully, if you're the Maroons pitcher, you do some long toss in the outfield, and then because of the bullpens and the fact your team will bat first, you're in the field first. A bit of respite there after finishing up with some long toss, looks like, in right field. So he'll get to warm up in the bullpen while his team gets to bat in the top half of the first inning. Thankfully, he is not until the 5-hole, which we'll get to know here courtesy of Page Insurance. Call for help, go to 242-7000. Log on to pageinsurance.net, the Page Insurance batting order for the West Maroons.
15 minutes, what I'm being told, 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, well, we will not do that yet then.
Yeah. May as well wait, the way it looks. I think we're just kind of hanging out here until...
Of course, they were aiming for a start almost as soon as they got here and get warmed up, but I'm not sure why they were late. Could have been road construction, could have been anything, but on a day like today, you hope to get this one in and get started on time, but sadly, that will not be the case here this afternoon. However, for the Rams, again, a big momentum win on Friday over the Mater Dei Knights after another extra inning win on Monday against the Benton Rangers. And the Rams are finding themselves along the way, it would seem, as we get deeper into May with the postseason looming next week. It's a good time for the Rams to start playing the best baseball.
Well, they're late bloomers, not only in the season but in games as well, having late inning wins and extra innings and everything else. It's an interesting scenario. This team has learned how to do things as the season has went along, and for the Rams, no time like now to get their best baseball going on as we speak.
Well, as we do speak, of course, the regional next week, most of it will be here at Mount Vernon. Monday, however, on Memorial Day, the number 5 Heron Tigers travel to the number 4 Carbondale Terriers, 4:30 from Carbondale High School Sports Block, or Super Block, I should say, there in town. Then on Wednesday, it'll be number 1 Centralia versus the winner of that game. Thursday, it's Mount Vernon Marion here. And then Saturday morning at 11 o'clock will be the regional championship game. And so you have the Rams as a 3 seed against the number 2 Marion team. 4 hits combined the last time those two teams met up here at Vernon Klein Field in a 1-0 finish. Marion sort of took a little bit more of a lopsided advantage back at their place the 1st of May. But for the Rams, it's a matchup. You know, you've lost twice, but it's always tough to beat a good team 3 times. And that's what Marion's going to have to experience against the Rams.
Well, and they're going to have to beat them twice. They're going to have to beat them twice here at Mount Vernon to get that done. And unfortunately for Marion, you got to do that again. I'm sure Marion would love to be playing somebody else in that case, but as it is, they aren't. So as we move on and we go on, they'll have to beat Mount Vernon 3 times, twice in one season here at Mount Vernon.
Certainly easier said than done to beat a team 3 times, but could be an interesting Mount Vernon regional. Of course, we talked on the Saturday Sports Show about this 3A regional at Mount Vernon. You take a look at a team like Heron and a team like Carbondale, 2 teams that have already met. A little dramatic fashion there. A little bit of a fracas broke out in their previous matchup. Now you have another rematch with those 2 teams, and things could be interesting at Carbondale High School or the Super Block on Monday.
Well, it could be interesting. They don't like each other. I mean, we're not telling you anything that people don't already know, and if you don't, we're telling you the way it is. They don't like each other, and they're going to go at each other Monday, and hopefully they can keep their cool heads will prevail, as they say, cooler heads, to try to keep things under control.
Of course, things under control here at Mount Vernon, Brendan Klein Memorial Field. This is your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers 6 is them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. Let's try to keep you up to date from some scores from around the area today, of course, on your Withers broadcasting stations. The Central Orphans have traveled to Albany on the Big 12-10 and 98.7 WILY. The Benton Rangerettes in regional action against CRC. That's on Q106 and WQRLradio.com and on WMCL today. I know the Hamilton County Foxes have a matchup today in postseason play. So that's just a quick look at some of the games going on around some of our stations today. We'll try to keep you up to date with our scoreboard updates all afternoon long as the season is winding down. We told you the Rams have today and Wednesday at home. Of course, that's Wednesday against Centralia before ending it on the road on Saturday with one game now against Highland. That's a great visit to a great park, but you hate that it's one game, but it's an important game now for both the Rams and the Bulldogs.
Well, it's an important game for everybody, and again, for the third spring in a row, Mount Vernon's going to be able to get in, weather permitting, all of their games. That's an amazing accomplishment with spring weather here in Southern Illinois to have the ability to get in 35 games one way or another. Pretty interesting thing and a pretty interesting way. And probably the delay in this, Belleville West is ready to go. Their pitcher does bat, as you mentioned, fifth in the lineup, so they want to make sure he's completely warmed up, and pitchers are routine kind of creatures. Don't want to do anything to kind of throw him out of rhythm before the start of this game.
No, not at all. It's a beautiful day. Temperatures are warmed up in the 70-degree range. Sunny skies. Winds will probably be, right now, looks like out of the south. So should be an interesting day here at the old ballpark. We need to meet the Page Insurance batting order presented by Page Insurance.
For Belleville West, leading off will be right fielder John Dozier. Batting second, the designated hitter, Spencer Picard. Batting third and short, Matt Klosterman. In the cleanup spot will be second baseman Zach Scare. Batting fifth is the pitcher, Parker Miney. Batting sixth, the catcher, Jacob Wilson. Batting seventh and left, Cal Casina. Batting eighth in center, Brendan Stake. And batting ninth, the first baseman, Michael Lynn. For the Maroons of Belleville West High School, have come into the game with a record of 11-14.
11-14, close to 500 are the Maroons. Still plenty of time for them to get to 500 before they close this regular season. And for a team like Belleville West, they had that tough 4A regional where it's pretty well a partial Southwestern Conference tournament.
Now, that's basically what it is. And they'll play their first game, actually, I think, on somewhere else. And, of course, when you're in a 4A school, you have no place to really go play here in Southern Illinois, in the central part of the state. You have to kind of play a round-robin format till you get to the sectional. We talked about on the Saturday Sports Show that East St. Louis had to go to Rock Island for a track section. I mean, that's a long way to go. They'll travel further to Rock Island than they will to Charleston. So it's that way it is, the way the system goes, and the Southwestern schools, play a big schedule against each other, and then we'll turn right around and play a regional, which some of their teams will be in it.
Well, and of course, you take a look at the two regionals that'll feed, at least concerning the Southwestern Conference schools. Sectional is actually in Bloomington and Illinois Wesleyan. It's the Plainfield South Regional, the Rock Island Regional. Then, of course, you have the Alton and Belleville East Regionals, which are two 5-team regionals, surprisingly. Of course, at Belleville East, Granite City actually will have to travel to West, so West contradicting what we had seen and what I'd actually pointed out earlier, but West will get to host Granite City since they are the 4 seed, Granite the 5. Well, Fallon is actually the 1 seed in that East Regional with number 2 Collinsville, number 3 East. And then at Alton, it's number 1 Edwardsville versus the winner of Pekin and Danville. And then Alton will host Quincy. So only 2 teams in the other regional from the Southwestern Conference.
Yeah.
Kind of weird and unusual. Used to having the 4-team regionals, but not the case this year as things got pushed around all across the region.
That's a lot of acreage in one regional. A lot of mileage covered from Pekin down to wherever. I mean, that's a lot of mileage there.
Well, then Danville.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Pekin, Danville, and all. I mean, that's a lot of. But, again, when you're a 4A school south of Chicago, you're not got a lot of opportunities. You're going to go and travel and go north an awful lot.
Well, no doubt. I definitely don't think that is necessarily what Dwight D. Eisenhower had in mind when he envisioned the interstate system, but be that as it may, that is how it's going to happen with the way things are with the Illinois High School Association and its fourth-class system. Chris, Hugo and Danny Czerwinski on the Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Now they detail them all, too. Ask about free premium detailing for life your car at Landers Collision Centers, Mount Vernon and Salem. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. We'll have Rams baseball for you coming up in just a moment, presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC, home of the One checking account. Free checking with high-yield interest, one means more at Community First Bank, member FDIC. Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski, Holly Carroll back at the Mount Vernon studio, your WMIX Sports team today. Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. You can find us on Facebook as well, and even check out our website at WMIXsports.com. It'll be Dozier, Picard, and Klosterman to start things off here in the top of the first. For the Rams, it'll be Tyler Morgan on the bump, Thomas Weber doing the catching, Derek Hayes, Ryan Campbell, Reed Millwood, and Jake Pike from third to first. It'll be Brookman, Jones, Gines in the outfield. For Tim Holloway's Rams, 18-13-1 in the regular season. They'll put a 5-4 South 7 mark on the line tomorrow when the Centroy Orphans come to town. I believe the Orphans still have hopes of a conference championship, sharing that with the Althoff Crusaders tomorrow. Of course, the Rams will have something to say about that. I think the last time the Orphans toppled the Rams was way back in 2008. They split the regular season matchup.
Well, we're finally going to get underway here. About 15 minutes is what we were told, and that's where we're going to start.
The warm-up pitch is on the mound for Tyler Morgan, the Rams' number 2 here today. He actually got the win in relief to improve to 4-4 on Friday. He pitched 2 innings in that game, a game that went to 9. Fulkerson actually pitched all 7 innings for the Rams. Morgan comes on in relief and extras, allowed just 1 hit, struck out 4, pitched pretty well against Mater Dei. After I think Belleville West is going to be a bird of a little different feather.
Well, it's a little different deal here. I mean, this is, if you think 3A baseball is a little different deal than the South 7, I'm here to tell you, this is a different ball game here, and you start talking Class 4A baseball. There is players in that first base dugout.
We've seen a few of these Class 4A teams, Belleville East and Alton, come to mind as the first pitch of the game. It's going to be a hard-hit ground ball that gets through the middle of the infield, and that'll be a leadoff single for John Dozier. Coming at 440. Yeah, how about that?
That's not a bad average. And I got to think from his stats, he's not going to hang around first very long if he doesn't have to either.
No, sir. They finished. They did wait. That's not right. A respectable mark they have at the moment in the Southwestern Conference. Right around the 500 mark, as is their overall record, as Morgan's going to check on the runner Dozier at first base. Led off the game with a single. First pitch he saw was almost right up the middle, to the left side of the bag. Not much Ryan Campbell could do. Spencer Picard is the DH. He is also a left-handed hitter, so back-to-back lefties start things off in this West lineup as the first pitch he'll steal, and a tie for 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody out, 1 on here in the top of the first. No score yet. Glad you could join us on WMIX and WMIXsports.com. They got started on time on the softball diamond. Lady Rams have Belleville East today, as this is going to be popped up left side, shading toward the foul line. That's going to fall as a fair ball. So back-to-back base hits, and you wonder if the wait may have actually haunted the Rams more than the Maroons.
So getting here and waiting probably hurts the home team more here today, because Belleville West knows, hey, we're going to get here this time. We're going to get this many minutes. We're going to get this. They're ready. Mount Vernon's been kind of standing around for a while. They took infield, waited a little bit, 15, 20 minutes since infield, and here they go in this game. Belleville West kind of more of in a routine than what Mount Vernon is right now.
And it'll be Matt Klosterman to stand in. He is a right-handed bat with 2 on and nobody out in the first. Tyler Morgan on the hill already out of the stretch. He's only thrown 3 pitches, 2 for base hits. Here in the top half. Good pitch on the inside corner. It'll be 0-1 to Klosterman. He's the shortstop, scared the second baseman on deck, Biney the pitcher in the 5-hole. It was Biney to warm up that we had to wait for before we could start this game. And we'll gladly do that just so there's no possibility of an injury due to a lack of warm-up as they check on the runner at second. Nothing doing there, but 2 on and nobody out at the top of the first. 0-1 is the count to the West shortstop. The West second baseman on deck. Belleville Township High School District number 201. As the West and East campuses, the Rams play both schools as the 0-1. There's going to be a bunt drop down left side. Morgan will come off the hill to get it. Had to wait for Millwood to cover first, and not in time.
He's hit 3 singles in a row of varying degrees of variety, and now Mount Vernon finds himself with bases loaded and nobody out on the defensive end of that.
Well, that was the case when the first baseman charged to come get the bunt. Nobody was back to cover first. Now the bases are loaded and absolutely nobody out for Zach Scare, the second baseman. Has an RBI chance in the top half of the first. Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Over the 1 account. It's free checking and high-yield interest. Check it out. There are 5 Jefferson County branches. This is overthrown for a ball in the dirt. Gets stopped by the catcher Weber, and it's 1-0 to Scare.
11-14. 4-6 in that big Southwestern Conference. And the thing about West is they're only ahead of Alton and East St. Louis. That tells you what's above in O'Fallon, Edwardsville, East, and others.
Oh, no doubt about that.
Granite City. Ooh.
1 ball, no strikes to count. Let's see if a scare base hit will haunt the Rams here today with the bases loaded and nobody out. As he takes a strike, it's 1-1. Has a weird feel to it now with the bases loaded and nobody out in the top of the first. Morgan trying to do something to help get his team some outs. It's in the dirt now, 2-1.
Well, this is one of those, if you're the infield from Mount Vernon, they're back. They'll trade the run for a couple outs. You need to try to get a ground ball at somebody here, or get at least a ground ball. Can't afford a big cricket number in this first.
2 balls and a strike. It's overthrown inside. 3 balls now. 1 strike to the batter's scare. And we talked about the rhythm not being disrupted for the pitcher, Parker Biney for Belleville West, but you look at the rhythm of the pitcher, Morgan for the Rams, most certainly disrupted. He's a creature of habit, and that habit right now, a few habits being broken, as he'll walk in the first run of the game on a 3-1 pitch. Tim Holly's going to come have a conversation as West takes a 1-0 lead. This conversation is presented by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon, or log on to their website to find out more.
Not the best of innings here. Now, if you're Mr. Biney, you step into the plate and you go, you know what, I can really help my team out by getting a base hit here and driving in a few runs. That's the situation Mount Vernon's in. I think a good visit to the mound by Tim Holloway as well. You have Tyler Morgan out there, and you can tell he is trying to overthrow in a situation where 2 of the 3 hits were kind of cheap, and he's trying to make up for it by throwing harder to what he can, and that's going to throw everything off.
Well, thrown off indeed. A 1-0 ball game. Bases still loaded in the top of the first. Nobody out for the Maroons. I called them the Lancers a time or two today. My apologies if I do.
Have one of the nicer, newer campuses in Southern Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
Well laid out, well built as far as school and athletic facilities are concerned, all in one area laid out.
As we wait the first pitch of the pitcher, Biney, he'll take it low, and that'll be ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes down to the pitcher.
Outstanding facility. They, along with East and Althoff, looking to get turf on their football field.
1 ball, no strikes to count. Hard hit. This will be chopped through. Campbell's not going to be able to get to it. 1 run in. Here comes the second. The throw will be no play at the plate. Might have a runner at third, and they will, as tagged out, will be the second runner, and that looked to have been scared. Should have been the second baseman as he's out of third. They scored 2 more. 1 out now, and that'll make it a 3-0 West lead.
Nice play, though. That's the case. There are people throwing the baseball down where people can cut it off and get throws. And that time, that was a Baltimore chop, an old term with a hard infield. That ball bounced right over the head of Hayes at third, down the left field line for a couple of runs. It's 3-zip, and West still has a runner at second with 1 out.
Ooh, a nice pitch. Past the catcher, Wilson, a curveball. That's 0-1.
Wilson's thinking fastball and thought he had it, and it dropped off the table on him.
No balls and a strike. 1 out, runner on second. The Maroons have a 3-0 lead here in the top of the first. As Morgan will fire, and this time it'll be a ground ball down the third base side. Just foul. It's 0-2 to the catcher, Wilson, with Casino, the left fielder, on deck. Interesting names here on the West line.
Oh, yeah.
Picard.
Captain.
Others?
Captain Picard.
He's on the mound. 0-2 is the count. 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the first. It's a 3-0 ball game. Maroons on top, fouled straight back. Our friend doesn't have to worry. He had to leave a moment ago.
1 left. Yeah. He got his spot taken, too.
That's not going to bode well.
No.
Our friend was trying to be a good Samaritan and did not
Can't
work
read
out.
gas tanks. Can't tell when peg means where's that.
Yeah. 0-2 the count with 1 out. Here in the top of the first. That's going to come inside, ring him up, and that will be a called third strike on Jacob Wilson.
That was lucky because Weber set up outside corner that time. The ball just back in inside corner, and Weber had to reach across and grab it on that inside corner, and the umpire looked at it and called it a strike, although at the big level you probably wouldn't get that where it went at. How many is the third lefty in the lineup?
Here comes the high fastball, swung a miss, and it's 0-1 to Cal Casino.
Very Sid Brame-esque swing there on a high pitch. No batting gloves. Morgan will take time. And 3-0, you want to limit it to 3. Keep it in 3, you feel like you've kind of escaped a little bit of what could have been a bigger inning with bases loaded and nobody out.
No balls and a strike, 2 out, 1 on. The runner's on second. It's 3-0. Maroons on top. That pitch just misses with 1 ball, 1 strike to the left fielder. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Holly Carroll back at our Mount Vernon studio. Glad to have you on AM 940 and WMIXsports.com as we near the 5 o'clock hour. This game got started about 9 minutes ago. A little bit late due to the later arriving visitors, and that'll happen a time or two as this misses as well, 2-1. See what the Rams can do to get these runs back in the bottom half of the first. We'll meet their lineup, presented by Page Insurance, as they come up in the home half. Here comes 2 outs, 2-1, make it 3-1. This is low and away to the left-handed Casino. 3 balls and a strike with Stake on deck.
Oh, ha-ha, he-he, some texts are coming in.
3-1 will be lined foul over the third base dugout. Full count now, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Okay, Morthland College in West Frankfort announced today that they're going to have football. 16 JV, 16 varsity.
That's what they announced.
Yeah, Mike Reed is going to leave Vienna Goreville and go there and be a head coach. Build the program again.
That's, sir, it's not the announcement I was expecting. This is a ground ball to the first. No problem for Pike. Based on information I had from last year, I thought a different type of announcement would be coming. But glad that they're going to stick around and be able to add football. So that's a ground ball, an assisted, 3 unassisted for the final out of this top half of the first. 3-0 Maroons through 1 half. This is Mount Vernon Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Here's Jeff Schmidt for Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon.
Truck wars are getting intense, and Chevrolet's right there. We have the better product, and we have really the better value with the incentives that we have on the new 2014 Silverado. It's the longest lasting, hardest working truck on the market. You need to come in and test drive one, because if you compare it to the Ford or Dodge or Toyota, the Silverado wins hands down.
Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Your spine is a miracle of engineering, so when pain strikes, your body is telling you to get help fast. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois is proud to feature their spine care team. Doctors Kowalski and Smith, the professionals at Orthopedic Center, specialize in back and neck pain. So put our spine care team on the job. Find out more online at orthocenter-si.com. Stop the pain, fix the problem, and enjoy life again. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Find us on Facebook. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Welcome back, WMIX and WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. We head to the home half of the first. Rams trail 3-0. We need to meet the Ram batting order, sponsored by the Pages.
Ryan Campbell, Reed Millwood, and Thomas Weber, 3-1, 2-3. Jake Pike, Blake Jones, Braden Smith, 4, 5, and 6. Gary Kay, Zach Gines, and Zach Brookman, 7, 8, 9 for Tim Holloway's Mount Vernon Rams.
There you go. Page Insurance, call for help, call 242-7000. Log on to Page Insurance on that. What do the Rams need to do here? Down 3-0, give up 3 runs in the top half. How do you chip away at that?
Early. It's early. Plenty of time. You still have 21 outs. One thing about falling behind the first inning, you still have 21 outs to get. You hope it's that many outs. And you don't have to go up here and swing for 3-run home runs right out of the gate, nobody on. But you got to start chipping away. You have plenty of time. And looks like to me, Mr. Biney can bring it a little bit. Nice, just by looking at him here, not seeing him throw. The body of a guy that's going to have a lot of uptick as far as potential muscle and mass to put on and pitch wise. That's what it looks like to me out here. Like a guy that next few years he's going to grow into that body, and it's going to be nice for him.
Well, you're absolutely right. It's the first pitch seen by Campbell, slipped it into center, but there to make the grab is Brendan Sake. It is Casina, Sake, Dozier in the outfield. Hopkins, Klosterman, Scare, Lynn from third to first around the infield. Wilson doing the catching for Biney, the pitcher. So just like that, 1 pitch, 1 out, but it was a pitch smashed. Around. Biney was a DH last year when these two teams played, noticeably absent. Lost to graduation, better known for basketball, Nick Van Osdale, who was their second baseman.
He was there about 7 years.
Felt that way. They did lose quite a bit to graduation. Jacob Wilson was actually the winning pitcher in this 1-0 game last year, now doing the catching, because that was going to be fouled off. Hey, that got life touched out there.
Yeah.
But that'll be 1-1 down to Millwood as he fouls it off. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the first. 3-0, the Rams trail here from Brennan Klein Memorial Field. As out of the windup comes Viney. A breaking pitch in the dirt will make it 2-1 on behalf of Millwood, the second baseman. Weber to follow. Here in the inning, got a big home run of the 3-run variety on Friday here, so he is starting to resume his hitting ways as we await the 2-1 to Millwood. Here it comes. Ground ball will be to his counterpart, Scare, at second base. 4-3 will be all of Millwood.
Viney is a very composed pitcher. Not a lot of free-swinging motion in the delivery. Very compact. Mr. Weber will step up with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
Here comes the pitch to Weber over the plate. Called a strike. It's 0-1. 2 out, nobody on.
A nice crowd on hand here today. One more chance after they see the Rams at home. That'll be on Wednesday besides the regional.
That'll be an interesting and good matchup as the 0-1 comes. Maybe a bit overthrown. 1 ball, 1 strike to Weber. The Rams senior catcher. Senior day will actually not be Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they do all of that now at the banquet, which is actually tomorrow night at 6:30, the Rams banquet at the Elks. This will come inside. Looks like I actually got the sleeve. Yep. HPU agrees, and that'll send Weber to first base on the HPP.
Yep, that ball, courtesy runner, comes Connor Story.
No.
Yep, here he comes. Got the torch from Tyler Ellis last year, so Weber reaches first, has to turn around and go back to the dugout. So the Rams will have Story at first with 2 outs and Jake Pike at the plate.
That'll be up to Pike here in the inning with 2 outs and the runner on. The runner is Connor Story running for Thomas Weber, who was hit by a pitch. And here comes the pitch on the way. It's in the dirt. It'll be 1-0 to Pike. Jones on deck. Jones has had a lot of ink lately for having a hot bat, but you look at the bottom of the order, Zach Brookman going into Friday had singled at 9 of his last 11 plate appearances as Pike will foul one off to even things up at 1-1. Jones probably had the biggest hit of Friday, though. It brought home Ryan Campbell, who had reached on an error to start off the ninth. 3-0 to score here. West on top in the bottom of the first. 1 on and 2 out. Here comes the pitch to Pike. He'll wave and miss. 1-2. Weather looks good this week up until about Sunday. As far as I know, Wednesday might be expecting some storms to our south. Not sure if those are going to get this far north or not as we wait the 1-2. This one will be lined off the ground off the middle, and all the shortstop will do is step on the second base back. We are at the end of 1 as the Rams strand the runner. Still 3-0 West. This is Mountford of Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Now is a great time to move your account to Community First Bank. With our new One account offering the highest interest rate in the market, free checking, and CD specials delivered by people you know and trust, why would you not bank with the market leader in Jefferson County? We offer 5 locations with 7 ATMs and have been serving the Jefferson County market since 1906. Stop in and see why our bank is the fastest growing bank in Jefferson County. Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
This is your local State Farm agent, Tony Wilt. I want to thank Mount Vernon and the surrounding area for continuing to support us over the past 5 years. If you have never sat down with someone to go over your insurance program, let me invite you into our office. Let us show you what working with the industry leader, represented by a local agent, can do for you. I'm located just off 42nd Street. You can reach our office 24 hours a day at 242-1421 or on the web at tonywilt.com. Thanks again, and go Rams.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams baseball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXSports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Holly Carroll is back in the Mount Vernon studio. As for the Maroons, it'll be Sank, Lynn, and Dozier due up in the lineup. 8-9-1. It's the first pitch of the inning. Message for a ball to Sank, the center fielder.
That looks like a pretty good pitch.
The 1-0 coming. This one is going to be fouled off. Should hit the top of the top here. There you go. It'll be 1-1. It'll work. Huh. As the 1-1 will be lifted. Might not get to the outfield grass. Campbell will shuffle the feet, make a great grab. There's your first down.
All Morgan's got to do is settle down, and his job here on out is to keep Belleville West at 3. and give his team an opportunity to make some hay, only down 3 runs.
So went out, nobody on, top of the second. 3 runs on 4 hits for the Maroons. They did strand a runner there in the first. This one will be sent to right center field. On the run will be Giants. He'll make the grab. Not much issue there, and there's your second out. See what Dozier can do as we turn to the top of the order. They come through for a second time. Dozier singled and scored, hit hard the first pitch that he saw. Later came around to score on a base on balls to scare. If he can keep the inning going, out of the windup will come Morgan. This is low and away. And the lefty batter gets ahead here 1-0. Canines here at the park. As the 1-0 comes inside, it'll bounce off the plate. It's 2-0. Dog day.
Promotion day, bring your dog to the ballpark.
Pretty simple, pretty easy. All you can do is clean up after him. Or her. As we wait the 2-0, here it comes. Ooh, fastball. Swung and missed. It's 2-1.
Good movement, good late movement by Morgan. Fastball moved a little bit at the end, and we'll cut to it. Right above the plate.
2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. That's going to be a ground ball to Campbell. He'll pick it up, field the position well, and fire over to first. 1, 2, 3, go the Maroons. We head to the bottom of the second, still 3-0 West. This is Rams Baseball, presented by Community First Bank.
Hey, it's Brittany here, and I have a very special guest on the phone with me right now. It's Roy Schmidt from Ford Square, King City Chrysler. Hey, Roy.
Hi, Brittany.
Roy, over at Ford Square, you have some amazing things going with the Lincoln vehicles. Tell me about that.
Yes, we do, Brittany. On the 2013 Lincoln MKZ and the 2000 Lincoln MKX, we sold 13 of these last month, and we're out to do the same this month. And we actually went out and purchased about 6 or 7 more of them from other dealers. The big thing going right now with them is 0%, plus you get $5,250 cash back on the Lincoln MKZ, the sedan, and then on the MKX you can get 0% plus $6,250 on the MKX. So it's a great opportunity right now for someone that's looking for a Lincoln.
Very nice. Well, Roy, if somebody wants to take advantage of these deals, where can they find you at?
We are at 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, and we're open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday and 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. during the week.
That's at Ford Square, King City Chrysler.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
WMIX, WMIXSports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Holly Carroll back at our Mount Vernon studio. As it's 3-0, West on top as we head to the bottom of the second. Blake Jones, Braden Smith, and Derek Hayes do up in the Ram lineup. Rams Baseball is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. 5 Jefferson County branches and responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. It'll be Jones, lead it off. First pitch he sees is high. It'll be 1-0.
Look who's coming over here. Near first base, blue shirt.
Uh-oh. There goes the neighborhood.
Yeah, neighborhood's messed up.
1-0 to Jones. Miney's set. Here comes the pitch. He'll chase after the high one and lift it towards right field along the line. Looks like Dozier's going to try to call everybody off. Does he or does he not come up with it? He does not. Looks like he might have hurt himself. Yeah, it'll be a single for Blake.
He dove, and I think the ball rolled underneath him in a spot that people don't like to have a baseball roll to. And unfortunately, he's okay. And the Rams will get a leadoff single from Blake Jones, and that'll bring in designated hitter Braden Smith for the Rams. Trailing 3-0 here in the bottom of the second in Mount Vernon. Non-conference game between the Maroons and the Rams as Smith checks into the plate.
See what the Ram DH can do here with one on and nobody out in the bottom of the second. As the pitcher Viney will come out of the stretch. Flip foul, word of the day, as this should bounce off the concrete beyond the fence. And it'll be 0-1.
That was swimmingly seamless.
That's what happened.
Transition.
Been there, done that.
Been there, kind of haven't had that.
You're probably getting used to it by now. As it's 0-1 to Braden Smith. Derek Hayes in the on-deck circle for the Rams, looking to get some runs back here. They trailed 3-0. Here in the bottom of the second, 0-1 the count to Smith. Here comes. Ooh, that looks good for a strike. It is. It's 0-2.
Ooh. Both ways.
Yep.
Not being greedy, just want it both ways.
Check on the runner at first. Jones gets back with a head-first dive. His older brother plays at Rimlake College, where you can save thousands of dollars on your collegiate education. Find out how online at rlc.edu. Of course, Zach probably graduated. He's the Player of the Year in the South 7 in 2012. As this is a high fastball swung and a miss.
Ooh.
That'll be all she wrote.
Not going to catch up to that vapor trail that Viney sent.
Woo.
That was one of those. It was in his hand, and pow! That's all you saw or heard. It was quick.
Derek Hayes with a big RBI double on Friday. Showed some promise at the plate against the Mater Dei Knights. Let's see how he does here with a runner on and one out in the bottom of the second. Ooh, a curveball swung and a miss, however. It's 0-1. Tony Will brings you our scoreboard updates. Last check after 1, I believe Centralia and Albany were scoreless. I thought you said, did I hear that right?
2.
About Carbondale and Althoff?
Centralia and Albany scoreless baseball after 3. And Carbondale leads Althoff softball 10-0 after first inning. Wow. Scoreboard updates presented by Tony Welch, your State Farm agent of Mount Vernon. He'd love to help your family with all of their insurance needs. Give him a call, walk into his office, or log on to TonyWelch.com to find out more. Yeah. Jupiter State with State Farm. Got a strike on Hayes. Got a picture sent in the old Jeep. The 0-2 coming. Ooh, outside, just misses. 1-2 now to Hayes. On the 0-1 pitch that became 0-2, they checked behind the runner at first. Jones just got back to the head first dive. And we'll see what happens here as 1-2 is the count with 1 out here in the inning. We're at the bottom of the second. 3-0 score. Curveball will be fouled off. Look out if you're going to our right. He'll stay 1-2. He's not paying attention.
Well, he's not.
He's in his world. Maybe I'll walk back to his car. I hope he put gas in the wish. Or wish he had gas in it.
Jones with a bit of a lead off of the first base bag. Viney looked over his shoulder, distracted. Misses low and away to Hayes, 2-2.
Jones's lead at first got cut down on that one move by Viney to first. Caught him. He had to dive back and scramble. So Jones is taking a more conservative approach to the lead out there at first.
2-2 the count, 1 gone. A runner on first base for the Rams. Pitch to Hayes, swung and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Viney, his first and second.
Vapor. We're not talking about Nike golf balls either. Wow.
Second Chance Auto is one of our great sponsors. Largest selection of pre-owned vehicles priced under $10,000 in one location. Second Chance Auto, proud supporters of the Mount Vernon Rams, as the first pitch to Giants just missed up. And it is 1-0 to the Ram right fielder. Runner on first is Blake Jones. He led off the inning with a single, and it was a high pop fly down the right field line. It was a diving effort by Dozier, who couldn't come up with it. That's since been the Rams' only offense. Curveball, check swing. Looked good enough, but it just misses. 2-0.
That was like an 11-5 look.
You know, it was.
Man.
25 after. 2-0 the count. 2 gone. Here comes the pitch inside. Fastball that time. Swing and a miss. 2-1. WMIX Mount Vernon is a free service from Withers Broadcasting. So glad you could join us today for Mount Vernon Rams baseball. As we wait the 2-1 pitch to Giants. Swung through and missed again. 2-2.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, folks, you're going to have to giddy up on that fastball. You can't lay back. You're going to have to shorten that stroke up considerably.
Beautiful day for baseball. To check on the runner at first. He's back with a head first dive. Just beat the tag. Tag was about the thigh as he outstretched the arms to get back safely. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the second. A 3-0 West lead. Viney trying to get out of the inning. Fastball inside. Swung on a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts after a leadoff single. So the Rams strand their second runner of the day. They trail 3-0. This is Mount Vernon Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Women's health care just got closer to home, right here in Salem. St. Mary's Good Samaritan Women's Health Care and OBGYNs Dr. Deborah Carson, Dr. Doug Combs, Dr. Jamie Plett, Dr. Elizabeth Byer-Nolan, and Dr. Michael Schifano are seeing patients every Tuesday at the Salem Family Health Center. That means you'll have a full range of OBGYN services close to home, including prenatal and wellness checks, incontinence treatment, and family planning options for when your family's complete. Plus, access to state-of-the-art Da Vinci robotic surgery for quicker recovery and less pain after hysterectomy. Ladies, your health is important, so why not get OBGYN care right here close to home by St. Mary's Good Samaritan Women's Health Care. Call 1-877-456-2496 to make your appointment. That's 1-877-456-2496.
This is Mount Vernon Rams baseball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXSports.com. We head to the top of the third. The Mount Vernon Rams trail the West Maroons by a score of 3-0. It'll be Picard, Klosterman, and Scare due up in the visiting half of the third inning. Took care of that a little bit earlier. I see what you're doing. I'm pestering. Like we're past the top.
No.
Fouled off over the batting cage. It's 0-1. Probably at the softball game over yonder. They're just joining us here. No balls and a strike. Spencer Picard, the DH, singled and scored back in the first, and now takes a strike on the outer half of the plate. It's 0-2 quickly. Picard batting .367 coming into the day. 9 runs batted in this season, primarily as singles hitters. He'll call time and come out of the box. Had a .456 on-base percentage coming into the day. So he's pretty patient. He struck out 6 times on the year. 0-2 coming. It's going to miss low. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Picard.
I remember his middle name, Jean-Luc.
Hoping so. No Scotties on this team, unfortunately. What I can see is the 1-2 will bounce around. It'll be 2-2 now to Picard. No Scotties. That's a disappointment. Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. We're on Facebook as well. You can find us on the web at WMIXSports.com. As the 2-2 misses up and in, the count is full to Picard. Klosterman on deck. He also singled and scored in the first. Part of the triumvirate that did so to lead off the game. That's been the difference thus far, as this is going to miss low and away, and Picard is beamed up to first base.
Yeah, that was tough. He battled in that at-bat. Now an 0-2 turned it into a 4 straight pitch walk. And here goes Belleville West again, middle of the order, where they did their damage the last time.
Klosterman came into the day actually betting .341. 8 runs batted in thus far. He does have a triple on the season. No home runs. It's going to come inside. Swung and a miss.
This is rough because they come up and look at my book, and then I get nervous because my handwriting may not be good enough. I hope they can translate what I've read.
Brings me back to beggars can't be choosers.
Well, that, I read the day where somebody's been hired to try to get Manchester United as throw the first backup to soccer elite. Didn't know if I read that today. Didn't know if they could do it just so I could converse later on or whenever.
But they're already
trying to build up my knowledge base.
0-1 is the count. A runner on, nobody out here in the Althoff. Make that West third. 0-2 now. That's about
Hey, Ricky Martin's got a song for the World Cup coming up. I'm in now. Do you know that? Ricky Martin.
No, but I know United. Man U's going to wear the bow ties next year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Saw that on the Twitterverse.
Yeah.
0-2 the count. Top of the third. 1 on, nobody out. 3-0. Maroons on top. Morgan is out of the stretch. Let's see what the senior right-hander can do here against the Maroon shortstop. Go back out. Gives us time to tell you. Community First Bank of the Heartland is by far the market leader here in Jefferson County with 5 county branches. Find them at Mountford and Dix, Woodlawn, and Ida. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC.
You could read all my writing.
Well, we're good.
I was worried.
They're good. It's all good.
That'll be good.
0-2 the count. Here comes. Ooh, foul. That's going to do some damage. Oh, no. Goes to the bus.
Out the bus. That won't
Off
matter.
the tire.
Yeah.
At MVTHS Athletics is headed over there. Yeah. He's going to get beaten.
He's not going to head over there because he'd have to get in the ditch that has nice clothes on. He's not going to do that. He'd get in trouble if he came home with dirty, muddy shoes and pants.
0-2 the count with a runner on. That's going to be in the dirt outside. 1-2 to Klosterman. Scare in the on-deck circle walked. But had an RBI for his effort. He was gunned down at third, though, on a RBI single by Parker Biney, the pitcher. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, a runner on here. Top of the third, still 3-0. 3 runs on 4 Maroon hits. This one is going to be parked out in the parking lot. Better catch that in stride.
I thought the guy going for the foul ball there was going to run right and hit that door that was open, clip him. But he got around it. Boy, he's sprinting back there.
I thought he was going to try to catch it in stride.
I did too, but that's not the best place to be out there running after foul balls. Doors fly open, cars drive in.
Thought maybe he was a member of the Whiteout Corps there.
Watch out.
This one's going to be slightly foul.
That almost got roughed up.
Almost got one of the pooches. Look out.
Yeah, that's roughed up. Right out of baseball.
Have to get some more. Quite the at-bat for Matt Klosterman, the shortstop. Game just continues to find ways to
He's spraying
slow down
all over souvenirs for everybody that they can't keep.
A snail's pace to today's action. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 on, nobody out, top of the third. Morgan trying to take some steps to get the Rams out of the inning as he was trying to get the batter Klosterman to chase after a pitch low, and it'll be 2-2 now as that misses.
Quality at-bat here by Klosterman. Really fighting and battling here at 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Low and away. Full count. Tight strike zone. Won't make Klosterman claustrophobic.
That one looked pretty good. You got to punch that one here in this day and age. I mean, that's knee high on the corner. You got to call that.
Here comes. Swung and miss. That's no doubter. Maybe a foul tip at the middle. Weber. Either way, second strikeout.
And a hammer we must. Yeah. Some people aren't working their full day today. That's what text. Somebody's cheating.
Some are going to have longer work days than others.
Somebody's cheating.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Places to be.
That's have to write that down.
1 out, 1 on, 3-0 score. West on top trying to add more. Scare stands in, and he'll take 1 outside. Just misses. 1-0.
Hey, that don't happen very often for that person. They don't know what to do.
Hey, what? Might have a new. I don't know if Mr. Holloway likes pecani sauce, but I might have a new sponsor for him over in that dugout. The way he is reacting to the pitches. He is pacing.
Yeah. Might have to take a dip.
Get a rope.
I have to take a dip over there. He's not happy. The last pitch was outside.
It's a 1-0. It's going to be lying down the left field line. That'll be a fair ball. It'll be extra bases for sure for Scare. Ricard is going to round third. Nope, he's going to stay put. Good call there by the third base coach, Lee Meyer.
Good job in the outfield that time by Brookman to go over and cut that ball off down and hit the fence in the corner and get it back in. Second and third and 1 out for the Maroons again.
Brookman's come on to have a pretty nice season as we go down the rest of the way.
Oh, yeah. He has been one of the bright moments. Improved as seasons went on. And Mount Vernon finds himself in another mess again, unfortunately. Harrisburg has beaten Goreville 6-5 softball. Courtesy of our friends.
They have another game at 6:30, I think.
Carterville leads Massac Unit 2 in baseball 5-1. That's a regional game.
First pitch of the at-bat popped up right side, but the pitcher behind him won't quite be the RBI single he had earlier.
Yeah. Missed his pitch. It was there for him. He just missed it.
Caught along the foul line by Jake Pike, the first baseman. So it does his counterpart a favor. And now with 2 on and 2 out, both runners in scoring position, it'll be up to Jacob Wilson, the catcher.
End of 4, Olney Centralia is scoreless. Runyon for Olney has thrown 35 pitches in 4 innings. It's getting it done.
That it is.
About 9 an inning on my math.
2 RBI chance for Wilson with 2 out. Takes the curve inside across the corner. It'll be 0-1. So we're going to look at his last time up. Graduation this Saturday. You can watch it online at WMIX94.com and WMIXsports.com. Presented by Ren Lake College. You can save you thousands on your collegiate education. See how and apply online at rlc.edu as this is going to miss outside even the count at 1. To Jacob Wilson, 3-0 ball game. 3 runs, 5 hits for the Maroons. No errors. They stranded 1. Could be more here. We can get an out pitch in the inning with a 1-1 count. The catcher Wilson. Casino, the left fielders on deck.
Some instruction being given about where to play catch at back here.
As it's in the dirt, gets stopped by Weber, 2-1.
I moved main man down a little bit. Grandpa said take it down there a little bit. Wind swirling, kind of trying to blow out the left and left center here. Still going to take a poke today, even though as the weather warms up, the ball will jump and go a little farther today.
2 balls and a strike here to Wilson. Here comes the pitch on the way, Morgan. That's going to be across the plate. The count will even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Winning Edge, one of our great sponsors. Baseball and softball season are winding down. Check out Winning Edge for your team's uniforms and fan apparel. Finding Winning Edge downtown Mount Vernon at 212 South 9th Street. And on the web at winningedgeusa.com. Ground ball picked up by Pike on a dive. Steps on the bag in a foot race. Beats Wilson there, and that'll end the inning as West strands 2 runners, but they still lead 3-0. We're through 2.5. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. By now you have heard about our new One Checking product. The new One account is a high-interest earning, free checking account designed for everyone. Unlike other banks that pay interest on higher balance, this account pays interest on all balances. From high schoolers to Warren Buffett, One will work for you. You can talk to one of us at 244-3000 and learn about the details. One, exclusively at Community First Bank. You will be one happy customer. Member FDIC.
You need a great quality, new-to-you vehicle. There's a reason why Second Chance Auto has been helping put families into affordable, dependable vehicles for over 34 years. Honest, fair deals. Ain't nothing fancy, just great vehicles with warranties and bank rate financing for all. That's the only way Second Chance Auto will do business. They're receiving new vehicles every day. So be sure to stop by and find out how you can save thousands on the total cost of your vehicle. Helping people get out a great, dependable vehicle for over 34 years. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball.
Welcome back, WMIX and WMIXSports.com. 3-0. Your score, Rams on the ugly side of that as we head to the home half of the third. It'll be 9-1 and 2 up. Zach Brookman, Ryan Campbell, and Reed Millwood here in the home half. Your community, your choice, your bank with 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs. Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, the official voice of high school sports. Community First Bank of the Heartland. Let's see what happens here. As will be Zach Brookman to lead things off.
Not much against Mr. Biney. 1 hit. And that was a duck snorting to right field. They got down in front of Dozer. Didn't have much on it.
Parker Biney pitching pretty well as he comes out for his third inning of work. Now the wind-up to start. Here comes a pitch, and that's going to just miss up. A little outside, too, I suppose. 1-0. Back-to-back-to-back strikeouts for Biney coming into this third inning. Struck out the side after allowing a single, I guess you could say, there in the bottom of the second, but misses the spot again, and it's 2-0 to Zach Brookman. Brookman in left field today. Campbell's the shortstop. Millwood's the second baseman. Weber, the catcher. Should anybody get aboard here in the home half of the third, as this pitch will catch the inside corner. 2-1. Brookman had found a bit of a hot streak coming into Friday. Pulled off a little bit as that comes inside. Chest high, 3-1. I looked back, he was actually 11 of 13 until asked to sacrifice bunt.
That blew it.
Second AB. And this one is going to be sent into right field. Bedozier will come on to make the grab for the first out on the 3-1. 1 away.
Vernon stymied, only 1 hit through 1 time through the order. A nice catch on a catch going on behind the third base dugout. Quite the characters out there.
1 out, nobody on now for Ryan Campbell as we go back to the top of the order. A curveball will come outside. 1-0 to the Rams shortstop. Tony Welch, your State Farm agent in Mount Vernon. Find him online at TonyWelch.com. He's usually found in his office in the corner of 42nd and South Water Tower. Give him a call or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town and get you a better state with State Farm. As up the ladder that went a few too many rungs. It's 2-0 now to Ryan Campbell on the ball line.
O'Fallon baseball leads Edwardsville 1-0 in the third. Edwardsville had an error, which gave O'Fallon a run.
2-0 the count. Pitch on the way. It's going to be fouled straight back. 2-1 now to Ryan Campbell. 1 out, nobody on here in the third. Still a 3-0 ball game. Rams will have the Orphans on Wednesday before calling it a regular season Saturday against Highland. 2 balls and a strike. Check swing into the third, 3-1.
No. He held up, easily held up.
Here comes the pitch on the way, and that'll be a strike. The count is full now to Campbell. Only one time in recent memory do I remember the Rams not really getting to 35 games. Almost got there in 11. Or I should say not close to 35 games. That's going to be thrown away for a one-out walk to Ryan Campbell. 10, I think they were just that doubleheader with Highland away. That got rained out, if I'm not mistaken.
And the Centralia game has to be played.
I know they played that.
So,
I don't know.
You look at the Centralia game, that's got to get in. So, chance of rain Wednesday.
It is 11 they got rained out.
Chance Friday, chance Saturday as well.
That stinks.
Yeah.
Because inside or outside, you can watch the Mount Vernon Township High School graduation online at WMIX94.com. We're certainly open for outside. But I guess viewership is helped by being inside. We'll let you know as well. They'll tell us. One ball, allegedly. One ball, no strike to Reed Millwood with a runner on first. One out here in the bottom of the third as he'll take another one for 2-0. So a walk in the inning to Campbell put the runner aboard with one out. Weber waiting for his chance to the on-deck circles. They check on Campbell. Not much doing over there.
Not going to be able to get much of a lead on Mr. Binding, I don't believe. He's got other ideas and options.
2-0 the count. This is low. 3 balls and no strikes. Second Chance Auto, one of our great sponsors. Find them on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon and see why they've been around for 34 years, over 34 years now. But the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, priced at $10,000 in one location. No fancy sales gimmicks, they're just honest deals. That's all at Bank Rate Financing. That's all at Second Chance Auto, where they also offer Bank Rate Financing. Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. My pad went black at the wrong time. Rio coming across the outside corner, almost the obligatory 3-1 with a runner on and one out here in the bottom of the third. 3-0 still. The Maroon lead. Out of the windup will come the pitcher Biney, and that'll come, or stretch, I should say. That'll come inside. Back-to-back walks. Okay. Mark there.
We'll get stuff done today now. All right.
We're on the Twitterverse at WMIX Sports.
Tennis ball, baseball. I don't like that.
Yeah, about that.
Tennis ball, baseball. Yeah, it's money time for the Rams. It's when you see what you got here.
Tying run at the play, one out for Weber. He'll take it up. It'll be 1-0. So back-to-back walks after getting Brooke with a fly out to right. And we're going to have a visit to the mound presented by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Dr. Eric Blackenstaff. Proud to support the Mount Vernon Rams and the Lady Rams, as well as the local community. We're going to see what this is all about as Coach Meyer takes a visit.
This is a slow down, settle down. You got a 3-0 lead, and you're trying to overthrow and try to get it 3 outs in one pitch. Got a little hot box going on across the way. That's going to be a little different hot box to try to get him, I can tell you.
He'll knock you down if he has to.
Like I say, he just got the first. Now he just scored. Yeah.
I don't know that I would survive that game.
Not with who's playing, you would.
1 ball, no strikes to Thomas Weber, the catcher. He represents the game's tying run as the Rams trail 3-0. 2 on and only 1 out. Biney out of the stretch. The right-hander's going to fire. Sound like a fastball across the plate. 1-1 got there too quickly for me to tell, which is also how I guess. We are going to see some action in the Maroon bullpen. And this game will complete the Belleville hat trick for the Rams today as the 1-1 comes. Ooh, just missed. 2 off. Get a break there.
That pitch looked pretty good.
That'll be Jacob Acker in the bullpen, unless he's doing the catching.
Number 1 is catching.
So we're good. That's Picard.
Yeah.
He's the DH. He can do that. 2 balls and a strike. 1 out, 2 aboard here for the Rams in the third. Down 3 as this is going to be off the fist a little bit. Opposite way on a late swing. Infield fly rule was in effect, but for good measure. Grabbed by the first baseman, Michael Lynn.
Millwood and the first baseman are crossing paths. And now Pike will be up.
He's the tying run now.
Rams need something to get on the scoreboard here, at least confidence-wise, if anything.
3-0 ball game. Rams down those 3 runs. Only one base hit today. The two aboard right now are via the walk, and that's going to come inside but catch the plate. Nothing to one to Pike.
Oh,
he grounded out to the shortstop unassisted.
Man. Catcher had to reach from left shin guard to right shin guard, and he still got the call. Same in the top of the inning now.
The 0-1 count, and Pike will chase on a pitch in the dirt.
That previous pitch will make hitters chase. Yep.
Yeah, he did.
That's the kind you got to swing if you're a hitter because you're not sure, you know?
Must be focused and working the scoreboard. 0-2 the count. 2 gone, 2 aboard here for the Rams. Pike looking to see what he can do against Parker Bynum. He grounded out to short his last time. Shortstop Klosterman stepped on the second base bag to end the inning, and now it takes one low for 1-2.
Yeah, it's got to be him because I don't see him over there standing.
Oh, I see your legs. That's Mike.
What? I mean, I look at the rail, and I don't see anybody towering over anybody else. So I know where he's at. He's sitting in timeout having to run the scoreboard.
1-2 the count with 2 outs. Here it comes. Ooh, my. Turnpike in. Probably should have rung him up.
Yeah.
It's 2-2.
Should have, because that was a pretty nice pitch.
Rams going to break. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 aboard here in the inning. We're in the bottom of the third. Trailing by 3 are the Rams. Steiner at the plate. That'll be between the shoulder blades.
Yeah, that ball got away from him. He was trying to overthrow and held it in the palm a little too long. Carried it on over with him and hit Pike right between the numbers. And now Rams, with their best chance to score of the day, bases loaded, 2 out.
Well, this is going to be Blake Jones, who's 1 for 1 today, has the lone Ram base hit here in the afternoon. He was 2 for 5 against Mater Dei, but probably had the biggest hit in the bottom of the ninth. This is going to come outside now for 1-0 to the right-hander.
Oh.
Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Finally, only had 27 pitches through 2 innings.
Just like he has that many.
And he's getting close there. Lost the plate. He's jumping around on him.
Base is full. Here comes the 1-0. High changeup. Fouled off. It'll be 1-1. How about the bat speed of Blake Jones? The improvement this season. Not that he ever had a slow bat, but he's been able to turn on pitches here in the latter portion of this 2014 campaign. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases loaded. Fastball that time, swung and missed. Struggled to catch up with it, you can say.
When Bainey wants to get to it, he digs down and brings that fastball up there an extra 3 to 5 mile an hour more, and Alberta just hasn't been able to catch up with it today.
1 ball, 2 strikes, bases loaded, though. Here comes the pitch to Jones, and late swing, fouled off to fight it. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Rams center fielder again.
There he goes. Foul ball chaser.
Yeah.
He bat ran over that guy with some kind of tape in his hand over there. I don't know what that is. Oh, is that a camera again? Yeah.
1-2 coming. Oh, out in front. And that will take care of things here.
There was no signal given by the umpire, but now they do.
Now they do, and that'll take care of that. So the Rams strand the bases loaded here in the bottom of the third. Through 3, still 3-0 West. This is Rams baseball from WMIX Sports.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Hi, I saw your ad for a checking account that earns interest on my money.
Oh, yes, that's our plutonium account, and it requires $50,000 to open.
What? How am I supposed to grow my money when I can't even afford to open the account?
Introducing Kasasa, free checking, where even the smallest balance earns high yields, plus refunds on ATM fees nationwide. Try Kasasa.com. Kasasa.
Kasasa is carried locally at People's National Bank or online at peoplesnationalbank.com. Member FDIC.
Has bad credit or lack of credit kept you from buying a vehicle? It won't at Automart of Salem. Automart of Salem is your buy here, pay here headquarters. All credit applications are accepted, regardless of your credit history. We take pride in our selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Each vehicle is inspected by our experienced service department before it makes the lot, something that is not done at many other buy here, pay here dealerships. This is Manager Amy Thompson. I encourage you to come see me today. I will not allow your credit history to stop you from getting behind the wheel of a pre-owned quality vehicle. Come see me at Automart, located next to Schmidt Ford in Salem.
WMIX Sports is your home for the Mount Vernon Rams, powered by Community First Bank.
WMIX and WMIXSports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside as we head to the top of the fourth. For the Maroons, it'll be Cosina, Sake, and Lynn due up. Top of the fourth. This kid's about young enough to have been named after Cal Ripken. Kind of makes you wonder. Not young enough to be named after Cal Naughton Jr., however. It's 1-0 as that pitch misses well. 3-0, West on top. We're in the top of the fourth. Next one with a sail outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Bottom of the 5 o'clock hour. This is WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. As this will miss catch flow 2-1. Not bad. Yeah, whatever. Of course, if you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County, just like I had a choice to read that there or not as this sees its way through the middle of the infield. It'll be a leadoff single.
6th hit of the day for the Maroons. Bottom of the order has been quiet up to that point, but now with the runner on here in the 4th.
See what they can do. He popped up to short as last time. Of course, that's if you're tired of big corporate banking. Again, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home at Dixon and Woodlawn and Mount Vernon. Welcome back to personal banking. Remember, FDIC, ask for the one account. It's free checking with high-yield interest. Pretty good 1-1 punch on the one checking. But back to the pitcher, steps to the first base side of the mound to grab it. 1-3 will be the sacrifice as Casina advances to second.
Nice bunt. Gets to the number 9 hitter, Lynn, then it rolls around to the top. That's what West wants his runners on with their top of the order coming.
A pretty productive top of the order for the most part. Where all the runs have come anyway. They lead 3-0. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They've stranded 3. The Rams are, well, no runs on 1 hit. They've stranded 5. Eek. Here comes. This is high to the first baseman, Lynn. Michael Lynn. Pulled out to right his last time. Great day. Much warmer than it was on Friday. Had to get the hot hands out on Friday. No gloves, really not necessary for long sleeves here today as the 1-0 comes low and in for 2-0. Should be even warmer on Wednesday. Not sure if the threat of storms will get this far north or not, but a spotter information notification was sent out earlier today by the National Weather Service out of Paducah for extreme southern Illinois and western Kentucky and parts of Arkansas and Tennessee. It's 3-0 to Lynn. Wilkerson and Aaron Morgan head down to the bullpen. You know who's warming up out of that group. 3-0 count, but it's going to miss high, and that's going to be a 4-pitch walk to Michael Lynn. 51 pitches coming in this inning for Tyler Morgan. And you add a little gas to the fire now, walking the number 9 guy, and comes Mr. Dozier up to the plate. Well, through 60 pitches or so. See what John Dozier can do. The right fielder is 1 for 2. Singleton scored back in the first. Very first pitch he saw, rocketed it back up the middle. It's been all West since then. Belleville West. Again, the final leg of the Belleville hat trick for the Rams. Played Althoff first, then East, then Althoff again. And now West. Part of that Bell Vegas swing. Here comes. Ooh, high fastball, swung and a miss. It's 0-1.
A little more oomph on that one from Mr. Morgan.
Two on and only 1 out. 0-1 is the count here in the top of the 4th. 3-love is the West lead. Next one coming. This one could go the opposite way to well off the bat. Brookman will give chase. Could be trouble. It'll be out of his reach. So it won't be very many bases for any of them as here comes the throw. It'll be held up to a single for Dozier. Yep. As everybody had to wait to see if it was going to be caught. And probably could have gone a little bit further along the base paths to wait, but on auto cost him a run.
A case there where Brookman had it circled and didn't play for the wind. The wind blew it over his head a little bit more and kind of circled in the ball. Actually, when he circled it back over his opposite shoulder. So bases loaded again for Belleville West. This time with a 1 out. Rams need a double play ball. Corners are in. Middle is back for the double play.
Scoreboard updates are presented by your State Farm agent, Tony Wilt. Find him online at TonyWilt.com. Look for him in his office or try to find the white State Farm Jeep around town. As the fastball misses high to Picard, it'll be 1-0.
Brock is not throwing. He's standing there guarding the gate.
I must have missed whoever was tailing behind or whoever came out first.
Let's see. Aaron is catch. I think Aaron Morgan is warming up.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, that's what I can see through the fence chain link.
I get a law firm pitching appearance today. And it's 2-0 now to Picard. That one actually missed. Missed low. It'll be 2 balls, no strikes. Bases loaded, 1 out in the 4th. 3-0 is the Belleville West lead. They have 3 runs on 7 hits. And now this comes on the inside corner, 2-1.
Mr. Weber had ideas of throwing behind the runner at third. Casina had a nice lead over there, and Mr. Weber came up, and Casina cut his lead down a little bit now. 2 balls and a strike. Bases crammed here in the 4th. Pitch for Morgan.
Inside, misses, 3-1.
Morgan's already walked one run in today, trying not to have another.
Game is an hour old in 1 minute. Otherwise known as 59 minutes old now, as this is going to be a 3-1 pitch that misses low and away, and that'll be a base on balls RBI for Spitzer Picard. 4-0.
Yeah, Mr. Picard's been on 3 times. A single and 2 walks and scored a run. And Mr. Klosterman will step in.
Rams are 18-13-1. Came into today looking for win number 19. Still looking for it, though, as they trail 4-0 with the bases loaded, 1 out here in the 4th. Of course, you can always bank on your hometown team, Community First Bank, home of the One Account, featuring free checking and high-yield interest, member FDIC. Tyler Morgan on the bump. Tim Holloway is going to come pay a visit. It's presented by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Dr. Eric Black and staff proudly support the Mount Vernon Rams and the local community here. As I would assume, we're getting close to the point of being all she wrote for Tyler Morgan. Next pitcher likely to be Aaron Morgan. Oh, there you go. Going to buy some time here, though, as Morgan continues to warm up in the bullpen, having a conversation with the infield as well as his pitcher, Tyler Morgan. Here in the top of the 4th, bases loaded, 1 out in a 4-0 ball game.
Umpire walk out and Coach Holloway signal. Here comes Aaron Morgan. Tyler leaves at 3 1/3 innings pitched. 7 hits given up, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. He's allowed 4 runs all earned, and he's still responsible for the 3 Maroons left on base.
So it'll be Aaron Morgan on the pitch. Morgan followed by Morgan. We'll see what happens the rest of the way for this Ram team. Trailing by a score of 4-0. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for West. They've stranded 3 runners, but for the Rams, it's just been no runs, 1 hit. They've stranded 5. Tough to get runs across the plate if you're not hitting the baseball. And if you can't take advantage of walks.
Train Alney scoreless in baseball after 6. Althoff loses Carbondale in softball day 16-0. Now, Carbondale scored 10 runs in the first inning of that one. O'Fallon leads Edwardsville in baseball 3-1, middle inning. As we have conference and regional and non-conference games going on now. We head down the home stretch, graduation, postseason, and everything else. Now Aaron Morgan has to come in, and he's got to clean up a bases-loaded 1-out mess with 1 run already in for Belleville West.
Not sure of the inning, but the Lady Rams trail east 9-1.
Pretty formidable foe there in Belleville East.
Good softball program, they tell me.
Yeah, right by the school, you can tell. One of the finer facilities around. Carterville leads Matt back on the road in baseball, 5-1 early at the regional game. Carterville trying to win to play at home in the semis.
Baseball and softball season are winding down, but what about your corporate season? Make the call to the bullpen for Winning Edge's high-quality embroidered apparel to equip your employee team in style. Winning Edge, downtown. Mount Vernon, 212 South 9th Street, winningedgeusa.com. The first batter seen by Aaron Morgan. Will be Matt Klosterman with the K. Here comes. First pitch will be a strike across the plate, 0-1. Start comes in with the bases loaded and 1 out, a 4-0 ball game. Again, all of the runners aboard currently belong to Tyler Morgan. So either way, they belong to Morgan. 0-1 the count here as Aaron set out of the stretch. Here comes the pitch. Chopped ground ball, left side, picked up by Morgan. Comes home. Good play, good baseball IQ there to come home and get the out on the 0-1-2.
Fielder's choice, 1-2. Everybody move up a base. Second out recorded. Now you can take a step back defensively, knock the ball down, get an out at any base.
Excuse me, old noggin.
Good play by Tommy Weber, too. Made that catch with a runner, barreling down on him, knowing he had to slide, but still kind of irks catchers at a time, know that runner's coming right at you.
Comes the first pitch to the at-bat. A strike on the outside corner to Zach Scare, who is 1 for 1 today. He walked. Got the RBI on the base on balls back in the first. Doubled and was stranded in the third. Right now it's 4-0 with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the top of the fourth. Morgan trying to get the Rams out of the jam. This Morgan is Aaron. In place of Tyler as it's 0-2 now and a called second strike. 10-1 now. Lady Rams trail East in the 6th inning. You should just rode the Metro here. Almost gets here. Almost. No balls, 2 strikes. Is this the out pitch? Nope, it's going to be fouled off to stay alive for Zach Scare. 0-2 still the count with 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Bases still loaded. A 4-0 ball game as West continues to threaten. Scoring 4 unanswered runs today. The Rams, meanwhile, just struggling to find base runners. Only 1 hit today. The other 4 have been via the walk or a hit by pitch. This is up here, and it's 1-2. Not a bad place. No, try to get him chase high.
You know, and see if Klostrom is chasing, see how he'll expand that zone.
See if he'll do you any favors. Did not there. Base is still loaded, 2 outs. 1-2 the count here. Aaron Morgan works out of the stretch. Here comes a pitch on the way to low. That was more overthrown than a waste. As it's 2-2 here to Scare. See if they can get the Rams out of the inning on the 2-2. It's a ground ball to short. A play anywhere. Quick throw down to second. We'll get the runner. So 6-4 gets the Rams out of a bases-loaded jam. Keeps it 4-0. We are through 3.5. This is Rams baseball from WMIX Sports.
How can we keep the people we love safe and secure in their own home? Let the Medicine Shop's home medical equipment team help you with all your mobility and specialty product needs. They provide mobility products like motorized scooters, wheelchairs, and home stair lifts. The Medicine Shop's expertly trained staff can also provide car and van lift installations, and they offer a full service repair facility for medical equipment, whether you purchased it from them or somewhere else. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
We service a 60-mile radius area, so a pretty wide area. We service orders from several area hospitals, and we have the staff in place that really sets us apart. We have 3 respiratory therapists and 2 seating specialists to help with seating on wheelchair and power chair needs. And we just feel that we have the staff and the warehousing and the facilities in place to really set us apart from any of our competitors in the area.
The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
WMIX Sports is your home for the Mount Vernon Rams, powered by Community First Bank.
Community First Bank of the Heartland, home of the one account featuring free checking and high-yield interest. 1 means more at Community First Bank. Right now for the Mount Vernon Rams, 1 means their only base hit. It'll be up to Braden Smith, Derek Hayes, Zach Giants to change that. Here in the home half of the fourth, Rams trail Belleville West by a score of 4-0 as we head to this bottom of the fourth.
Well, Rams have stranded at least 1 runner on in each of the first 3 innings they have hit. Not for lack of opportunities, just trying to string something together.
Really haven't been able to figure out Parker Biney, the starting pitcher. Helped out his own cause with, I believe, a 2 RBI single back in the bottom of the first, and that's really been all that they needed. Leading 4-0. The DH Smith to get it started here. 6, 7, 8 in the lineup due up as the first pitch looks like. And this is low for 1-0. Hello.
Yeah.
So 1-0 the count here. It's Braden Smith who struck out his last time, but rips one down the left field line foul. That's into the bullpen.
Yeah,
leave it there.
Yeah,
Give him a warm up with later.
I don't blame you. Oh, he sent Gunner out down to get it. Called up from AAA to go chase the foul ball.
Open. Not an option. Yeah, he is. Hoping to use him in the postseason as the 1-1. Of course, played first base at the JV level. Just 1-2 now to Smith. Hoping that he might be a fixture at first base for a couple of years next season at the varsity level. Of course, Jake Pike will graduate. Rams will have a pretty nice infield next year. Not that they don't have one now. It's a 1-2 is a high fastball swung on a miss. That's 5 strikeouts now on the day for Parker Biney.
That's big. Been able to get it going in the bottom of the order. Mr. Hayes is up. He was a victim of the 3 swings and you're out last time.
So Hayes will stand in with nobody on and 1 out here in the 4th. He'll take a first pitch strike. And it is 0-1. Second Chance Auto is a great Rams sponsor, been supporting the Rams for over 34 years. See why they've been around for over 34 years on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Of course, a large selection of pre-owns priced under $10,000 in one location. No fancy sales gimmicks, just honest deals. And bank rate financing for all might have something to say about that. They've been around for 34 years at Second Chance Auto, proud supporters of the Rams. As the 1-1 comes inside, fouled up. First base side shouldn't be too much trouble for Lynn, and he'll make the grab. 2 outs. Rams doing favors.
Silent. Nothing coming off of him to help him out. Just 1 hit through 3 2/3.
You take the hats off the bat. That's nobody on now for Zach Shines, who stands in, having struck out earlier. Swings at a high fastball, 0-1.
When you get in that box, you're going to get ready because Viney's going to bring it.
He's going to make up for lost time. Game got started at 4:40 this afternoon. I mean, West was just a smidge late. Traffic will do that to you coming from the Metro East. 1-1 the count. Not sure which way they would have taken. Had multiple options. Of course, if Scott was involved at all, but could have had something to do with it. As 1-1 is the count. 2 gone here. As Giants will swing at a fastball, 1-2.
Pulling off right now. Pulling off that pitch. Keep it high and away right now at that swing.
1 ball, 2 strikes. No runs, 1 hit for the Rams, 4 runs, 7 hits for the Maroons. Here comes. Foul back. Got it. Stays 1 and 2.
Got it.
Brooklyn will come to get the foul ball as the Rams trying to keep it alive here in the bottom of the 4th, trailing 4-0. Maroons have stranded 6. The Rams have stranded 5 today. See what Bonnie comes with here on the 1-2 out of the windup. Popped up to the right. The catcher's going to give chase, and Wilson will come away with the grab. So there you go, 1-2-3, the Rams here in the 4th. It's 4-0. West, this is Rams baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Now is a great time to move your account to Community First Bank. With our new One account offering the highest interest rate in the market, free checking, and CD specials delivered by people you know and trust, why would you not bank with the market leader in Jefferson County? We offer 5 locations with 7 ATMs and have been serving the Jefferson County market since 1906. Stop in and see why our bank is the fastest growing bank in Jefferson County. Community First Bank. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC.
Registration for fall classes at Renlake College is going on now. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RLC can put you on the fast track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at RLC. Our trained academic counselors will make sure you're on the right path, whether you plan to transfer to a four-year university or head straight into the workforce. Walk-in registration continues through August 15th. Call us at 437-5321 or find us online at rlc.edu. Renlake College, your journey starts here.
Streaming worldwide at WMIXsports.com. This is Mount Vernon Rams baseball from WMIX Sports.
Pitcher Viney, Jacob Wilson, Cal Castina here on the top of the 5th. The Belleville West Maroons with a 5-0 lead. Make that 4-0 lead over the Mount Vernon Rams here in the top of the 5th. It'll be Viney taking the first pitch low from Aaron Morgan. And the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Speaking of 5, that's how many Jefferson County locations you'll find for Community First Bank of the Heartland. I'll go back to personal banking. Member FDIC as it's 2-0 now to Viney. Out of the windup, Aaron Morgan on the 2-0. Hits the outside corner, but it's fouled off to the backstop for 2-1. Red Lake College has over 100 degree and certificate programs from which to choose. Find out which is right for you at rlc.edu as this is tap foul. 2-2. Not a very good hand.
Oh, wow. Looked like he's trying to get a stick and kill it over there. How did he get off scoreboard duty? Oh, I guess he does it at the bottom of the inning.
I think he just does, he does half the game.
That's about all he can handle, I think.
Not sure who does the clear, maybe?
Yeah, that's who I don't see over there.
Really the only guy to trust with it.
Yeah.
Count is full now. That miss to Parker Viney. Jacob Wilson, Cal Casino to follow. Out in front of the changeup. And that'll be the first strikeout for Aaron Morgan.
Good there. He's come in and done a nice job putting the fire out and gets a strikeout there, so he's done well. Olney and Centralia baseball, scoreless after 7. They'll play free baseball over at the White Squirrel home.
That's interesting. As the first pitch will catch the outside corner of Wilson, and it's 0-1 here. 4-0 to score, top of the 5th. 1 out, nobody on for West. Morgan pitching pretty well out of the pen as he got another one across, but it was low, 1-1. Had to catch myself there.
Yeah, we all did.
This one's going to be corked down the left field side. Will Brookman have enough room? He won't. That's going to be an easy home run for Jacob Wilson. That makes it 5-0.
Yeah, he hung one, and that ball was out of here, probably about 360 feet. So the time it landed, his teammates will John out to home plate and meet him as the Maroons go up 5-0 here in the 5th. Well, Belleville West team, that kind of, okay. Not bad. We'll come out and meet you.
Yep.
And that ball was about halfway up the scoreboard and went left park.
First pitch on the way to the left-hander, Cal Casina. He showed a bump and pulled back 1-0. You might find it hard to believe the Maroons in their maroon tops. Black numeric strips and white pants with the black stripes.
You don't say.
Ooh, golf's at a 1-0. Makes it 1-1. Woof. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom, top of the 5th. It's a 5-0 ball game. Pitch on the way, swung on and missed, 1-2. Casina singled and scored back in the 4th. Added some insurance for West. See what happens on the 1-2 for Morgan. Comes back nicely. That'll hit hard off the plate, though, on the swing and miss. It'll be a tough throw down the first base. They will not get Casina, who reaches on the strikeout fastball.
Now, Mount Vernon will have to get 4 outs this inning.
Okay, BB.
And with 1 out, bottom of the top of the 5th thing, wind starts picking up a little bit here in the wind tunnel.
Just a little. This will bring in Brendan Stake, the center fielder, with a runner on. Tapped it foul with the top of the backstop. It'll be 0-1 here. Tony Welch, your State Farm agent in Mount Vernon. Find him in the King City on the corner of 42nd and South Water Tower. Look for him worldwide at TonyWelch.com. Or try to find the white State Farm Jeep around town. The Benton Rangerettes defeats the RC in regional play today, 5-1. Having to pop up as it's reading the library.
Oh, yeah, we have we've been included. We appreciate that.
0-1 Calvin, as this one is going to be lifted. The gust might help this one into the outfield as Jones is on the run. Surprise, surprise, he makes the catch.
2 outs in the inning.
Can't imagine.
Here's the wind picked up considerably here. Where did this come from? Wasn't this windy all day? Usually when you get to this time of the day, the wind starts dying down a little bit. Not the case here today.
2 outs and a runner on. Here in the top of the 5th for Michael Lynn. He is 0 for 1 today. Flew out to right his first time, walked, and was forced out at home on a 1-2 put out. And an inning to go. 1-0 count here with 1 on and 2 out. 5-0. Maroons popped up behind the plate. Catcher Weber will give chase, and he will make a fine grab. So there go the Lancers. Make that the Maroons here in the 5th. We're through 4.5, still 5-0 West. This is Mount Vernon Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. By now you have heard about our new One Checking product. The new One Account is a high-interest earning, free checking account designed for everyone. Unlike other banks that pay interest on higher balance, this account pays interest on all balances. From high schoolers to Warren Buffett, One will work for you. You can talk to one of us at 244-3000 and learn about the details. One, exclusively at Community First Bank. You will be one happy customer. Member FDIC.
You need a great quality new-to-you vehicle. There's a reason why Second Chance Auto has been helping put families into affordable, dependable vehicles for over 34 years. Honest, fair deals. Ain't nothing fancy, just great vehicles with warranties and bank rate financing for all. That's the only way Second Chance Auto will do business. They're receiving new vehicles every day. So be sure to stop by and find out how you can save thousands on the total cost of your vehicle. helping people get in a great, dependable vehicle for over 34 years. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582.
This is Mount Vernon Rams baseball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXsports.com, as we head to the bottom of the fifth. 5-0. Mount Vernon trails Belleville West. It'll be up to Zach Brookman, Ryan Campbell, and Reed Millwood to get some offense going here in the home half. 9-1-2 at Tim Holloway's lineup. Boy mustered one hit today. 4 walks and hit batsmen, led to 5 stranded base runners. First pitch on the way, overthrown. That's to us. It'll be 1-0. Heads up.
Wow. I got here. Ryan Campbell's showing up. He's serious, though.
Yes, he is. What these Cats are. 5-0 ball game. Rams trailing Belleville West. Here comes Parker Bonnie's offering, and this one's going to be blooped down the right center field. Surprise, surprise, the base hit from Brookman. Brookman
finding his stroke in the 9-hole in the lineup. Great spot for him.
Comes the second leadoff batter for you, in a way, basically, as they say. Okay. Ryan Campbell stands in with one on and nobody out. Bonnie out of the stretch. The right-hander comes. It'll miss the low. It'll be 1 ball, no strike. Friends and neighbors on staff to understand your needs. Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking, home of the 1 account. This is going to be lined just over the middle of the shortstop for a base hit for Campbell.
Klosterman probably wants that one back. Jumped too early. And got up there and had to come back down because of gravity, and the ball sailed over his glove. Had he not jumped early, he'd have had it.
Back-to-back base hits for the Rams, who trail 5-0. It'll be up to Reed Millwood to keep it going. With 2 on and nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning, down 5-0. Viney out of the stretch. This one's going to be sent the opposite way, lifted in the right. Shouldn't be a problem.
Uh-huh. There's a nice deep going on out there by Dozier. He's trying to get a couple runners to stray off and couldn't get it done. Dozier's also noticed can cover a few acres out there and also throw it.
Yes, he can.
That was a tough throw there. It was kind of awkward off balance. He threw a laser in there between second and third.
2 on, 1 out for Thomas Weber. Jake Pike in the on-deck circle. Viney will fire out of the stretch and misses low and away for 1-0. You can watch the 2014 commitment exercise. It's also known as graduation. Online at WMIX94.com and WMIXsports.com Saturday night at 8 o'clock. Presented by Ren Lake College, where you can save thousands on your college education. Find out how at rlc.edu. High fastball is swung on and missed. 1-1 now to Weber.
There'll be a lot of cameras out that night, just like they are here today.
Yeah. We'll have our camera there.
Yeah.
We'll have audio, too. It's neat. We wait the 1-1. Started in 2012. The pitch comes. It's high. It's fouled back. It's 1-2.
Oh, no. Little gray car about got popped.
They're close.
Need a hit here.
Objects near hood are closer than they appear.
Need a hit. Need to scratch that scoreboard. Get out that 0, Schneid.
We wait the 1-2. 1 out, 2 aboard. Here comes the pitch. It's low. That'll actually pop away. Both runners will advance. And they're in scoring position now for Thomas Weber, who has an even count of 2 balls and 2 strikes and only 1 out.
Mount Vernon needs to get off the Schneid here. It's opportunity. Second and third, 1 out. So Weber can put it in play somewhere. It would be tremendous. Cobden beat Crab Orchard baseball 2-0.
Interesting. 2-2 coming. That's going to be outside. The count full to Weber.
That game's a lot closer than what I thought. Jabot beat Dupo 13-3 to advance to the semifinals in the tough Nashville Regional.
Their reward are the Hornets.
That's a good reward. Scoreless and Trey Olney through 8.
Dang. Full count, 2 aboard, 1 out. Here comes the pitch. Outside, and that'll walk the bases loaded to bring in Jake Pike. Tying run moves into the on-deck circle.
Well, this is the Rams' best opportunity. Best chance.
Connor Story's grown more facial here. What's they recognize? No run for Thomas Weber. In steps Jake Pike. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Rams trailing by a score of 5-0.
Connor, the first time I've ever seen the runner go to first and throw something to the coach at first. Somebody still coached McClure Sunflower Seeds, so Connor Story took it back to me.
As this will come inside, this will be hit awkwardly into right field. It'll drop for a base hit. Here comes one. They're going to hold Campbell up at third. Just in safely as Brookman, and Dozier made that closer than it should have been on the RBI single by Pike.
That almost became a 9-2 fielder's choice.
Yes, sir.
On the arm of Dozier, but it's an RBI single. The Rams have jumped on the board 5-1, and here comes a visit to the mound for Belleville West.
This is the mound presented by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Dr. Eric Black and staff proud to support the Mount Vernon Rams as the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Blake Jones. Bottom of the fifth, 5-1. Game got started about 10 minutes late. The Rams were actually, I think, hoping to get going a little early today.
Pitcher will remain in the game after the visit. Mr. Jones is up, has a single and a whiff. Now Mount Vernon with bases loaded, one out. Everybody moved up 90 feet.
Here comes the pitch on the way. Jones will chase after the high fastball. It's going to be fouled back. Plenty of room for the catcher. He'll make the grab, and there's your second out.
Jones missed his pitch. Popped it straight up back here. Had a great view of that one, and now the Rams have bases loaded and two out.
Here in the bottom of the fifth, it'll be up to Braden Smith. Comma designated hitter. 5-1, tying run at the plate, bases loaded, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. 1 run now on 4 hits for the Rams. Be buying East Jam to get out of and work out of, as that'll be a pitch low and away that just misses for ball 1 to Smith with Derek Hayes in the on-deck circle. One 1-0 the count. Pitch on the way by, and he goes curveball. Crosses the plate, and it's going to be 1-1 here to Braden.
Pretty good little pitch there. Throw that curveball in there.
The official voice of high school sports on WMIX is Community First Bank as the 1-1 comes. It'll be a tap ground ball, third base. Shouldn't have a problem. Easy play to first. And 5-3 over Strand. The base is loaded here in the bottom of the fifth. 5-1 West. This is Rams baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hey, it's Brittany here, and I have a very special guest on the phone with me right now. It's Roy Schmidt from Ford Square, King City Chrysler. Hey, Roy.
Hi, Brittany.
Roy, over at Ford Square, you have some amazing things going with the Lincoln vehicles. Tell me about that.
Yes, we do, Brittany. On the 2013 Lincoln MKZ and the 2000 Lincoln MKX, we sold 13 of these last month, and we're out to do the same this month. And we actually went out and purchased about 6 or 7 more of them from other dealers. The big thing going right now with them is 0%, plus you get $5,250 cash back on the Lincoln MKZ, the sedan, and then on the MKX you can get 0% plus $6,250 on the MKX. So it's a great opportunity right now for someone that's looking for a Lincoln.
Very nice. Well, Roy, if somebody wants to take advantage of these deals, where can they find you at?
We are at 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, and we're open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday and 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. during the week.
That's at Ford Square, King City Chrysler.
Find us on Facebook. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
WMIX, WMIXsports.com as we head to the top of the sixth, 5-1. Belleville West. It'll be 1, 2, and 3, top of the order here in the lineup. Dozier will get it started against Aaron Morgan. Pitch on the way. He'll miss low. It'll be 1-0. Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Home of the one account featuring free checking and high-yield interest. As the 1-0 comes in, it'll be a foul, left field side. Plenty of room, but gets out of play in a hurry. It'll be a 1-1 count to Dozier. Picard on deck, Klosterman to follow here in the top of the sixth. There's action in the west end.
Action in the west end down the first base line towards the east.
Yeah. Shot foul toward the dugout. It'll be 1-2 now. Pitch is swung on a miss. Chased the pitch in the dirt.
What?
Held on to by Weber.
That's a shot. Did it not hit the dirt?
I'm not sure if he swiped out of the dirt. I just saw the arm go up in the air, which told me it was okay to stay out.
But, okay. Moving on.
First out of the inning, they'll bring in Spencer Picard. Klosterman on deck for the Belleville West Maroons. They lead it 5-1. Pitch is going to catch the outside corner, and it's 0-1 to Picard. Picard's had a pretty good day.
Single and scored. Walk drove in an RBI. A pretty good little venture in Jefferson County.
Ground ball to second, and off the hop, 2 hoppers played by Millwood. 4-3 as your second out.
But Jeff can't throw.
Yeah.
How about that? Looks just like Jeff Kent out there. Minus the stash and allegedly washing his motorcycle.
Yeah. But he did something else one year, too, didn't he? Did he step on the stairs wrong or
on the stairs wrong or whatever.
Messed up carrying luggage, too.
Yeah.
Out of the windup to Klosterman will come Aaron Morgan. It's right back to me, and it's 1-0. Here, will come over. Tony, what brings you our scoreboard updates? You can find them not too far from us. 42nd and South Water Tower, or maybe he's nearby in the White State Farm Jeep getting around town. Hard hit ground ball. It's fair inside the bag, and it'll see its way for a single, maybe more. He's going 2 all the way. It'll be a 2-out double.
Yep, he was committed. Fosterman committed when he hit it. Look, got by a third baseman, knew the ball was going to get down that line and maybe die out in that grass, and he was full bore thinking double out of the gate.
And that's exactly what he got as he stretches it. It'll bring in Scare. And 1 on and 2 out in the top of the 6th of a 5-1 ball game. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Lancers have stranded 7. Rams stranded 8. At least they're winning that. Pitch high. It'll be 1-0 here to Scare. Scare's 1 for 2 today. He walked in a run back in the first. He doubled and was stranded in the third. Rounded out 6-4 back in the whatever inning that was. It's 4th. Morgan checks on the runner at second visually and now fires the 1-0 home. Slow ground ball picked up by Hayes in front of the shortstop. Fires across the diamond in time. 5-3 will retire the side as West strands another run here in the 6th. Still 5-1 Maroons. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Now is a great time to move your account to Community First Bank. With our new One account offering the highest interest rate in the market, free checking, and CD specials delivered by people you know and trust, why would you not bank with the market leader in Jefferson County? We offer 5 locations with 7 ATMs and have been serving the Jefferson County market since 1906. Stop in and see why our bank is the fastest growing bank in Jefferson County. Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
I'm meteorologist Dave Bowers. We'll look at your next ride weather. Patchy clouds tonight, a low 56 to 60. Tomorrow, partly sunny, breezy, and much warmer, high 85. Mostly clear tomorrow night, low 63. Wednesday, partly sunny, warm, humid. A shower and strong thunderstorm around in the afternoon and evening. Any storm can produce locally severe weather, including damaging winds and hail, high 85. Thursday will be mostly cloudy with a shower and thunderstorm around. Next ride weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams baseball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Welcome back on WMIX and WMIXSports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside as we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning with the Rams trailing by a score of 5-1. Finally got a run across the plate in the bottom of the 5th. One run on 4 hits for the Rams, 5 runs, 9 hits for the Lancers of Belleville East. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 spots due up here in the bottom half of the inning. Looks like it'll be the same lineup for Tim Holloway's Rams. See any positional changes? Just a new pitcher, I believe. Everybody else looks relatively the same. The new West pitcher is number 19, Brendan Stake, which means there is a change. And Dozier moves out to center field. Not sure who the new right fielder is. That could be the former pitcher. As they make some changes defensively. So that's all she wrote for Parker Biney, who stands to be the winner at this point. After going 5 innings, allowing only 1 run on 4 hits. As the first pitch to Hayes is a strike for 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike to count. Hayes leads off the inning, followed by Gines and Brookman. Here comes the pitch from Stake. It's a ground ball, foul just outside the bag, and it's 0-2 to Hayes.
quickly working ahead.
See what happens now. 0-2 coming. This will be a hard hit ground ball. Ooh, can't get past the shortstop. On the backhand, throws across the diamond in time.
Allegedly.
And 6-3 will be the first down of the inning.
Viney goes 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run earned, 3 walks, 5 Ks. He can be the winner, cannot be the loser.
So now that'll bring in Zach Giants with 1 out, nobody on. Swings through a pitch and misses. Slower range fastball.
Mm-hmm. There's that phone again. Not that one, but
0-1 Kevin. Curveball in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike to count here in the bottom of the 6th. 5-1 the score. Rams trailing Belleville West. 5 runs, 9 hits for West. 1 run on just 4 hits.
I think there's color going on. Red, yellow, green, yellow. Hee hee, ha ha.
I'm going back to something else.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Oh, 1-2 coming. Bob's up right side. First baseman across the chalk will make the grab in foul territory. That's an easy grab for Lynn for the second out. Hello.
Yeah.
2 outs, nobody on now for Zach Brookman. 2 up in the 7th for West, though they are ahead. It's going to be the spot previously occupied by Viney, Wilson, and Cosina. So we're going to repeat. Rinse and repeat here is apparently the process. Be kind, rewind. Here comes to Brookman. Bob's up. Give me chase. Out in the outfield is the center fielder Dozier. 1, 2, 3 go to the Rams. So we are through 6, still 5-1 now. Vernon trailing. This is Rams baseball from WMIX Sports.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Bill, where are we going? We're trying to find my ATM.
We just passed an ATM.
But that's not my ATM. I lose $4 if it's not my ATM.
Make any ATM your ATM. Introducing free Casasa Checking with monthly rewards like cash and ATM fees back in your pocket. Visit trycasasa.com. K-A-S-A-S-A.
Visit People's National Bank or peoplesnationalbank.com for your Casasa checking. Member FDIC.
Registration for fall classes at Rindley College is going on now. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RLC can put you on the fast track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at RLC. Our trained academic counselors will make sure you're on the right path, whether you plan to transfer to a four-year university or head straight into the workforce. Walk-in registration continues through August 15th. Call us at 437-5321 or find us online at rlc.edu. Rindley College, your journey starts here.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams baseball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Welcome back, WMIX and WMIXsports.com. As we head to the top of the 7th, it'll be Parker Biney, the right fielder, Jacob Wilson, the catcher, Cal Casino, the left fielder. Due up here in Lee Meyer's lineup at the top of the 7th, trying to hang on for a 5-1 win. They'll see Aaron Morgan here in the 7th. As the Rams' last chance will be the top of the order. So there you go. Chop ground ball, fair ball down the left field line. That'll be a single, maybe more. He's looking for 2 all the way, and Biney's going to stretch it into a leadoff double.
Yep.
Almost over the bag.
Brookman did a good job getting over there. Put a good throw. It was just offline, and that offline allowed Biney to line right on in.
Rams baseball is presented by the official voice of high school sports here on WMIX, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Home of the One account, featuring free checking with high-yield interest. One means more, Community First Bank. Right now, it's the only offense the Rams can muster, trailing 5-1. As this pitch will miss, catch low and away to Wilson. 0-1. Insert verb here, low and away. Oh, 1 County. Misses low and away, 1-1.
Yep. Rams need to get 3 outs and get in the dugout and take their chances here.
You think I was that squirrely kid in class? If you guess yes, you're absolutely right.
No, right, get in line.
1-1 to count. Where are we? What is going on? Oh, yeah, leadoff double, 1 on. It's going to be in the dirt, 2-1. Oh!
Ooh, nice throw by West.
Got him.
Tell you what, they had him dead to right.
Made it interesting.
Yep. Very good throw.
2-1 the count now. 1 on, nobody out here in the top of the 7th. 5-1 the score. 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. A few stranded here for the Maroons of Belleville West. Popped up. Might bring rain a few days. Mike will make the easy grab even with the bag.
On out.
That is your first out.
Belleville West wants more runs. Mount Vernon needs to get out of the inning. Try it out.
Not quite sure who Ethan is, but he's pinch hitting. Ethan Lewis. Hold that. Ethan Lewis can't lose at this point. His team's up 5-1. Insurance run in scoring position here at second base with 1 out in the top of the 7th. Pitch out of the stretch coming from Morgan. Oh, and that could score a run. It's going to be lined in the left center field gap. Here comes Biney in to score. Around first, headed for second is Lewis. He might try for 3. The throw will be nowhere near in time. Back will put it in the pocket, and that'll be an RBI triple for Ethan Lewis.
That ball was smoked. In the left center field gap, splits the outfielders all the way to the wall, and RBI triple makes it 6-1. That run hurts now because at least at 5-1 you could get bases loaded, maybe get 4 on a grand slam. Now you got to do it and then add more. Makes the comeback that much more difficult.
Got to hope for a merry-go-round now at the bottom of the 7th. It's Brendan Stake, the new pitcher, comes in. With a runner on third and 1 out. Here comes the pitch from Morgan. It's high, 1-0. Told you about Community First Bank and their one checking. It's free checking with high-yield interest. Find them in Mount Vernon, Dix, Woodlawn, and Ina. Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to personal banking. 1-0 the count, 1 gone. Runner on third. And that's lifted in the left field. Brooklyn will go back to the wall, chasing, and he's going to get it off the wall. A run will come in to score, and it'll be an RBI double for Brendan Stake.
Well,
7-1.
Well, we talked about the Carterville Regional.
We did.
Carterville leads Massac 7-4 at the end of 6 on the road, and Vienna knocks off AJ 2-1. Bree Central beats Mater Dei 5-2.
That's interesting.
That's crazy. I mean, there's already some crazy scores. There's action in the pen. Connor Story will go down and throw as people are going everywhere on the field. Runners, pinch runners. Tommy Weber's going to visit Aaron Morgan on the mound. Try to calm down the hurler as Belleville West attacked on 2 here in the 7th, looking for more.
Crazy. Tim Howie's looking like he wants to come take a visit to the hill, and he will.
Yeah, we got everybody going everywhere.
Presented by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Dr. Eric Black and staff proudly support the Mount Vernon Rams and the local community as they will have a visit at the bump. Tim Howie's going to talk some things over. 7-1 score. Runner on second, 1 out at the top of the 7th. As we will see Richie Donald bat. I think that's number 2.
Carlisle baseball beats DuQuoin today, 9-0. Sandoval beats Madison, first round of the regional, 11-0.
Didn't know they had baseball.
Obviously, they didn't either. So the outcome.
Yeah. They being Madison.
O'Fallon leads Edwardsville 4-2 baseball. Supremacy in the Southwestern Conference.
I'd say.
In that game.
If you play the bulk of the Southwestern Conference, you can beat most of them. Your season is going well. Rams have done that before. They beat one Southwestern team, but have struggled against the others. This is 0-1 now. Of course, they didn't get to play Edwardsville. They were originally supposed to play Edwardsville on Wednesday, and that game was canceled for whatever reason. Triad then slid in that spot after a rainout, and then Triad gets bumped for Centralia because it's a crucial conference matchup. As the 0-1 counts. It's in the dirt, 1-1 now to the left-hander Donald.
That day on the schedule is like bump day at Indy.
Yeah, it is.
Out, in.
Wednesday, May 21st. That's the exact date last year, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it was a Tuesday last year that the Rams played Edwardsville. 2-1 the count. Pitch was slow. They looked the runner back to second base. So a runner in scoring position here for Richie Donald. 1 out, top of the 7th, a 7-1 game as it continues. Rams will have the top of the order due up in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch on the way coming. That's going to be sliced foul over the dugout. It'll be 2-2.
Watch out, Walkers. walking around the park, got to keep your head up. 2-2 count now.
Two balls, two strikes, one out. A runner on second for the Maroons. Donald, the lefty, will choke up on the bat. Here comes the 2-2 pitch inside. The count is full.
High and tight with the movement. Not going to get the call.
3 balls, 2 strikes, one out. A runner on second. See if the Maroons can get this run across the plate. Nope, it'll be a walk.
The West looking to add more and put this one away officially, and Tim Holloway will come out, and Aaron Morgan will come out of the game, and Connor Story will come in probably and try to get the last 2 out.
What, 3 innings for Aaron Morgan?
Pinckneyville beat Centralia softball 7-3.
Really?
Yeah.
No, they were playing today. Huh. Did not know they were playing. That'll happen. So Morgan gave up 5 hits, 3 runs. And the full numbers for you in just a second. As Connor Story, the lefty, is going to take over here in the 7th. He'll inherit a pair of base runners with only 1 out in the inning. The first batter he shall see will be John Dozier at the top of the order. There you go.
Connor Story's job is to keep it at 7-1.
Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of high school sports here on WMIX. Find them worldwide at comfirstbank.net or look for them all around Jefferson County with their 5 branches in Mount Vernon, Dixwood, London, Ina.
To the 11th, scoreless at Olney, Centralia and Olney baseball.
That's interesting. Tony will have the scoreboard for you. Right now, Belleville West leads the Rams.
Game taking on an American League pace, almost 2 hours old.
Yep. Got started late, too. Let's see. We're near the bottom of the 6 o'clock hour on WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. 7-1 your score. 7 runs, 12 hits, no errors. The Maroons have actually stranded 8 base runners today. The Rams have stranded their fair share. They've stranded 8 as well. One run on 4 hits from Mount Vernon. Dozier will stand in the box. He'll be the first batter seen by Connor Story, who steps off of the rubber. He'll get back on with 2 on and only 1 out here in the 7th. Now the batter calls time for good measure. Why not? Checking on the runner at second. Looks back. Here comes the first pitch. High, 1-0.
West kind of exploded here in the end part of the inning.
1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. 2 aboard here for the Maroons. Dozier, the right fielder, now the center fielder, I should say. He's 2 for 4 today. He singled and scored back in the first. That's when they did all the damage they really needed to do up until this point. As the 1-0 will be a strike, 1-1. See what the Rams are able to do in the bottom half. They'll at the top of the order, 2 up. They're down 6, though. 5-1 seemed a little bit easier to crawl out from behind as opposed to 7-1. See what happens. 1-1 is going to be fouled off over the batting cages in left field. Speaking of 1, it's free checking and high-yield interest over there at Community First Bank of the Heartland. City Council coming tonight on WMIX. Try to get off the air in time to bring that to you live. That's part of the reason that kind of wanting this one to take shape. As that'll be coming your way live at 7 o'clock. Big board meeting at the high school tonight as well. 1-2 comes. That'll be lifted into right. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Good pickup by Giants. There's your second out. So the length of our post-game show will depend upon the length of this game. May have to cut it short.
That ball was hard hit. Fortunately for the Rams, right at Giants.
2 outs in the inning, 2 aboard here in the top of the 7th. A 7-1 ball game. Maroons lead the Rams. Well, strike nothing 1 here to spot formerly occupied by McCard, now occupied by Trey Hopkins. So we await the 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Swung and missed, 0-2. Of course, mostly reserves now batting.
Looking forward to the Rams part, though. Top of the order in the 7th. They want to make a comeback in the bottom part of this inning.
0-2 the count with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch from Story. Ooh, lifted. It was left up high. But out left, no problem for Zach Brookman. That'll retire the side in the 7th. Last chance coming for the Rams. They trail 7-1. This is Mount Vernon Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Complete. That's the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois with a full sports medicine clinic, state-of-the-art MRI, a spine care team that focuses on pain management, arthroscopy specialists offering total joint replacement, hand surgery, and complete rehabilitation services. Doctors Poole, Ahn, Kowalski, Freehill, and Smith stand ready to serve you today with offices in Mount Vernon and Centralia and satellite offices in Benton and Nashville. Find out more online at orthocenter-si.com.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. By now you have heard about our new One Checking product. The new One Account is a high-interest earning, free checking account designed for everyone. Unlike other banks that pay interest on higher balance, this account pays interest on all balances. From high schoolers to Warren Buffett, One will work for you. You can talk to one of us at 244-3000 and learn about the details. One, exclusively at Community First Bank. You will be one happy customer. Member FDIC.
This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Welcome back, WMIX and WMIXSports.com, as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Rams will be 1, 2, and 3 in the order. Top of the lineup, Brian Campbell, Reed Millwood, and Thomas Weber here for Tim Holloway. 7 runs, 12 hits, no errors, 10 stranded for the Maroons. 1 run, 4 hits, the Rams are stranded 8, as this will come inside to Campbell. This is low. It'll be 1 ball and no strikes. Community First Bank of the Heartland has been with us all year long. Find them nearby here on 42nd Street in Mount Vernon, or there are 4 other Jefferson County branches. It's a quick line out off of the bat to Campbell in the left field will be the first out.
Hard hit ball is just right at him.
Other locations are the other one in Mount Vernon on Route 37. Of course, Mount Vernon Dix Woodlawn and Ina comprise Community First Bank of the Heartland. Always banking your hometown team. It'll be Reed Millwood after the Ryan Campbell out. Rams trail 7-1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch on the way is going to just miss. It'll be 1-0. Goes inside. I'm safe.
Inside. For goodness sake.
1 ball, no strikes. Here comes. This will be a ground ball tapped down that first base line. Gets hung up in the grass. Choice over to first, and that'll be a 1-3 putout. So the Rams down to their final out via Thomas Weber with the bases empty in the bottom half of this 7th, trailing 7-1. 940 is WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. Sports staff worldwide at WMIXSports.com. 2 outs, nobody on for Thomas Weber here in the 7th, trailing 7-1. Pitch on the way from Sank will be a fastball across the inside corner. They're half at the plate even. It's 0-1.
Something doesn't change. Belleville West will go to 12-14. Mount Vernon will drop to 18, 14-1.
That's it. Oh, misses low. 1-1.
That had a nice wrinkle to it. I thought it looked pretty good from my vantage point. Not that I mean anything. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tommy Webbs. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 7th. 7-1 ball game. Rams trails. This one will be popped foul behind us. And it'll be 1-2. Rams down to their final strike.
Foul ball retriever.
He is gone.
That is Ryan Helpert. 1-2 the count, down to their final strike, and this will miss low. It'll give them a bit of a reprieve. It's 2-2 now with 2 outs in the seventh, trailing 7-1. After this one, we'll have your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac post-game show. Tell you all about the numbers. We'll have a player of the game. We'll preview the rest of the week for you here on WMIX. 2-2 coming. Ground ball to short, could do it. Picked up by Klosterman, fires across, and 6-3 will end it. 7-1 is your final. Rams ball here to Belleville West. We'll come back with your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac post-game show. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Now is a great time to move your account to Community First Bank. With our new One account offering the highest interest rate in the market, free checking, and CD specials delivered by people you know and trust, why would you not bank with the market leader in Jefferson County? We offer 5 locations with 7 ATMs and have been serving the Jefferson County market since 1906. Stop in and see why our bank is the fastest growing bank in Jefferson County. Community First Bank. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC.
Whether it's Mother Nature's inability to decide on a season, a weekend that got a little out of hand, or just life, there's always something looking to damage your vehicle. This is Chase Landers from Landers Collision Centers. Maybe winter weather turned your full-size sedan into a compact, or a little hail has your truck looking like Swiss cheese. Perhaps a deer decided to go for a ride on your hood, or maybe your truck is missing its hitch and bumper after pulling your little brother out of the ditch last weekend. Did a bad breakup leave a little graffiti on your SUV? We hope not, but we've seen it all, and we certainly don't judge. Whatever mess life has created for your vehicle, we'll clean it up. As a direct repair facility for many insurance companies, we take care of just about everything, even getting you into a temporary vehicle while we restore yours. That's the Landers difference. Top to bottom, big or small, Landers fixes them all. Come see us in Mount Vernon and Salem and ask us about free detailing for the life of your vehicle. Or call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
How can we keep the people we love safe and secure in their own home? Let the Medicine Shop's home medical equipment team help you with all your mobility and specialty product needs. They provide mobility products like motorized scooters, wheelchairs, and home stair lifts. The Medicine Shop's expertly trained staff can also provide car and van lift installations, and they offer a full service repair facility for medical equipment, whether you purchased it from them or somewhere else. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
We service a 60-mile radius area. It's a pretty wide area. We service orders from several area hospitals, and we have the staff in place that really sets us apart. We have 3 respiratory therapists and 2 seating specialists to help with seating on wheelchair and power chair needs. And we just feel that we have the staff and the warehousing and the facilities in place to really set us apart from any of our competitors in the area.
The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
This is your local State Farm agent, Tony Wilt. I want to thank Mount Vernon and the surrounding area for continuing to support us over the past 5 years. If you have never sat down with someone to go over your insurance program, let me invite you into our office. Let us show you what working with the industry leader, represented by a local agent, can do for you. I'm located just off 42nd Street. You can reach our office 24 hours a day at 242-1421 or on the web at tonywilt.com. Thanks again, and go Rams.
This is Mount Vernon Rams baseball from WMIX Sports. The Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show starts now.
Welcome back, Brennan Klein Memorial Field. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside for your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Now find the luxury of Cadillac and Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon. 7-1, Rams lose to the Belleville West Maroons. DC has the numbers.
Belleville West, 7 runs, 12 hits, no errors, 9 left on base. Mount Vernon, 1 run, 4 hits, no errors, 8 left on base. Parker Biney was the winning pitcher, followed the losing pitcher by Tyler Morgan in a game that took 1 hour and 54 minutes. Mount Vernon loses to Belleville West, 7-1.
There you go. There's your numbers on the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac post-game show. We need to take a break. Come back. We'll have your player of the game. First, we'll tell you our broadcast schedule the rest of the week. Tomorrow, it's Lady Rams softball at Effingham. Wednesday, we have the Mount Vernon Rams and the Centralia Orphans. You can find the Lady Rams and Annie's on our sister station, Wiley 1210 and WIOY1210.com. Thursday, we'll have the Lady Rams. Friday, we'll have the Lady Rams. Saturday, we will have the Rams, WMIX and WMIXsports.com. This is your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. We'll take a break, come back with the player of the game. This is Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
You need a great quality, new-to-you vehicle. There's a reason why Second Chance Auto has been helping put families into affordable, dependable vehicles for over 34 years. Honest, fair deals. Ain't nothing fancy, just great vehicles with warranties and bank rate financing for all. That's the only way Second Chance Auto will do business. They're receiving new vehicles every day. So be sure to stop by and find out how you can save thousands on the total cost of your vehicle. Helping people get a great, dependable vehicle for over 34 years. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582.
Registration for fall classes at Ren Lake College is going on now. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RLC can put you on the fast track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at RLC. Our trained academic counselors will make sure you're on the right path, whether you plan to transfer to a four-year university or head straight into the workforce. Walk-in registration continues through August 15th. Call us at 437-5321 or find us online at rlc.edu. Ren Lake College, your journey starts here.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball.
Welcome back, Schmitz-Lake Cadillac post-game show from Brennan Klein Memorial Field. Rams lose to the Belleville West Maroons by a score of 7-1. We owe you a player of the game. Our player of the game for today's effort was
Zach Brookman. Had a hit, scored a run as well, and had a pretty good job. Another great day in the bottom of the order for the Rams lineup.
That he did. Rams fall to 18-14-1. They'll see how their South Summit Conference mark finishes on Wednesday with the Central Orphans. That's our next Rams broadcast. Our next Lady Rams broadcast tomorrow, 4:15, the pregame, as the Lady Rams travel to Effingham. You won't want to miss that here on WMIX and WMIXsports.com, where we'll also have a full scoreboard later tonight. Check it out. That's going to do it for us today. For Danny Czerwinski, for Holly Carroll, for all of us at WMIX Sports. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports, obviously. I'm Chris Hugo, reminding you of the final score. The Belleville West Maroons 7, the Mount Vernon Rams 1. So long from the King City.
Thank you for listening to Mount Vernon Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports. Mount Vernon Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports is sponsored by the official voice of Rams Athletics, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Rams Baseball is also sponsored in part by the Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon, Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. Ren Lake College. Save thousands on your college education. Log on to rlc.edu. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a Hospital. Raising the Bar. Winning Edge. Schmidt Ford of Salem, and also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem, Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon, and People's National Bank. Stay in the game on Twitter. Follow us at WMIX Sports or log on to WMIXsports.com. Now back to America's best music on the legendary WMIX.